You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for ninny McNinny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
And welcome to another episode of Beer and Bulgers 40K with your host, Adam Russman and Joe KW.
What's up, guys?
Oh, Bobby already got here. Never mind. This is Nerd Rage Radio, episode 160.
Yeah. We're about to talk about terrain.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Great.
And debate 7th with his 8th versus 30K.
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
Oh, classic discussion. The tale been told down for generations of 40K players. I prefer second edition, where everybody holds a gun across them.
Dude,
They did.
would you play a game of second edition? Why not?
Dude, second took forever.
I don't have enough interest to donate that much time to it.
He never liked the game.
Never did. What if we just played 5s and 6s like back in the day?
That I'd fuck with.
You'd be down for
I'd
that?
be down for that.
All right.
I'd be down for that in a minute.
Dude, Patreon.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Patreon. Let's do that. Dude, we should. Do you still have those Dracula models anywhere? Damn, what happened to those, man?
I have no idea.
What
I don't
game
know where
was
those are. The aliens. I the aliens ones too.
You got to have them someplace, right?
In the
They're
bin.
No. I know
Not
it's in the
even in
bins. I know it's in the bins.
We have a lot of trash in that bin.
They gone. Oh, I might have some.
Really?
I'll check real quick.
Wait, which game are you
Oh,
talking about?
dude, my
Well, just because
I got a little boner.
No,
No bullshit. All right, so back in the day, there were like the Bram Stoker Dracula. They had some miniatures that came out,
Okay.
and Bobby and I wrote rules for a game.
Oh, you made your
And-
own game.
Yeah, and there was a 15-minute timer per sides where you turn light on and turn light off for day and night
Oh, shit.
as you play the game. So if you take too long, if he takes too long on his night turn, then I'll get on my turn in the day, which makes me more powerful, makes his guys weaker.
Sounds awesome.
So, and like, you could like do certain things to earn money. Like if you kill a vampire, you can earn money. You can buy like steaks and garlic and stuff. So there was like bonuses that the crew can get.
I do
But
love making garlic
basically,
steak.
it was basically a rescue mission. I still have the rules someplace. It's in a little like one of those like plastic sleeves with like the red little clippy thing that goes
Yes.
on the spine. They are. Damn it, dude! I want to fucking find those things on eBay.
We should still play that video game
What video game?
with the videotape. You talking about there was like 3 of them?
Atmosphere. I'm down with that.
I can't play Atmosphere because I'm on the VCR, but we can play We can play Atmosphere because that still takes a DVD player to utilize.
Dude, shout out to VCRs. We should have never gone away from them. They're the best.
No, we probably should.
Dude, so we watched, what did I watch the other day? I put something on for the kids, and it was like one of the early DVDs, like the first DVDs I've ever had. It's like still like the widescreen or whatever. Not the widescreen. What's the normal, not letterbox.
Full
the crop, full screen. Shitty. The resolution was shitty. Like the sound quality was shitty. I was like, oh, God, how do we ever watch this shit?
Well, you know why I started liking the widescreen was just because it made a clear separation between TV and film.
Okay.
So like when I'm watching this, it's a movie, and yes, it's different. It looks different. It's in a different format, and when I watch that, that's TV.
Yeah.
And that suit me.
Now TV is widescreen as well.
I don't know.
Yeah. I remember when we first got our first HD TV, and it was so weird to look at, and like, I don't like this at first. So then you get used to it, and you can't go back.
Well,
it's like looking through a window.
I still don't like the ones that look like soap operas, where it makes everything look
Too
like
real.
a soap opera.
Very clear.
No, it's not about how clear it is.
No, it's a
about
specific
how
look.
it looks.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like it looks like a soap opera. Like you know how like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
aware.
It's weird. You know when you see
because it's
it.
not like
Yeah.
soap operas look especially real.
No.
Yeah.
But that's how they look.
I understand what you're saying. Like it's a fair enough analogy, but like some things haven't. It's very sitcom-y at times as well. You notice that more sitcoms have it than not.
Maybe I haven't seen a sitcom in years.
HD still looks weird sometimes to me, like when it's too HD. Like sometimes when I watch porn, I turn it to SD because I'm like, that's
Really?
too much. I don't need
Too
to
much.
see.
You don't need to see the bumps.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the terrain.
Yeah. So you don't need any more industrial terrain.
No,
You have
the
plenty
industrial
of that shit.
terrain
They look
is good. Is good.
You don't
I'm
need
working
any more
on
imperial buildings either.
Nope. Go with that. I'm working on my desert terrain right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got a donation from one of the guys, and he's got some stuff that we've used to use back in the day. He kind of left for a year. Recently, he had a kid. He's like, "Hey, man, do you want this stuff?" So I do need to do a little bit of repairs. I want to do that. I want to do a thick
I still want you to have
forest.
I still want you to have a towel. Or
I do have some
Eldar.
towel stuff.
I know you have a lot of
Yeah.
towel stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get paint. You got some of it painted up, but you didn't finish all of it.
Yeah, it's
You had
true.
enough for a small 4x4 table.
I did some painting today. I mean, this week.
On
I did
that.
some- No.
All right, back to nerd rage. This is this whole podcast. It's 2-4-1.
Man, I want this fucking Zeta to show up. I'm getting like 13 PMs a day. I feel like.
Oh, really? Well, dude, you know what? Hey,
it's-
if it comes today, let's go to my house right now. I'll paint it
I
right
gotta
now.
get the review done first
Oh, before I paint it?
because I want to show the before and then I want to show the after.
Oh, okay.
But like,
I mean, how long will it take you to do the review?
today and tomorrow.
Really, 2 days? Okay.
Probably at this point, if it would have came this morning, I could have
Could've
had
prepared.
the bulk of it done.
Could be done.
But
We paint it right now.
it's not here.
Because
Yet.
you have to do the combine mode. Are you gonna combine before painting?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then take it apart and but like it's like for 4 years, 5 years, whatever it's been.
I've been waiting. This has been.
No, I'm saying I have put up a review of everything I've ever got for the most part.
Yeah.
Within 24 hours of me receiving it.
Yeah.
Like this won't be any different.
Yeah.
So when people are like, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?" I'm like, "I don't have it. I don't have it." So,
Dude, is somebody like sabotaging you, not giving you shit on time? What's up with that?
well, no,
Let's
this
make
one,
speculative.
like this shit. Yeah, let's create some shit.
Fake news.
It's like the shit comes out in China and motherfuckers think I should have it.
Time
Like,
out.
dude,
Time out. Anytime we stop to save, when we record again, we'll have to go around and make up a commercial.
Oh my god.
All right,
I'm not very creative.
Okay.
that's fine.
And
Bob would do most of the work.
and then like the other thing is like if so China got it. The reviews for China
It's
are just
pronounced China.
hitting, and then the only people that have it in the States are the people that have air mailed it. The
Oh, wow.
the float mail shit still isn't here. I was lucky enough to get a hold of an airmail one, and it's en route to me, and it's supposed to be here today. And as soon as I get it, and I promise you, I will be working on it.
Why don't you just do a part 1, part 2? That way you can get it out to the fans now, and then we'll do the coloring. You can do the part 2.
Because
for
in order to do it, I need to review the single bot first,
oh,
That still takes time. Yeah.
nobody cares about that.
and then after
Nobody
that,
cares about that. They just want the big package, bro.
and then
so to
that's
speak.
I wish that were true. I mean, that's obviously the crescendo, but
Yeah.
but I shoot it all at once so that I can edit the combine mode first and get it out for people first.
Gotcha.
Because I know that's what most of the purchases hinder on or teeter on.
Tracking.
But Jesus, I mean, I promise. Every toy,
Dude, you don't love your fans anymore.
I know.
You are such an asshole.
It's just brushing people off. That's,
Yeah,
you don't answer
Oh,
comments no
dude,
more.
I'll get to that shit when I fucking feel like.
Speaking about the mail,
Yeah.
right? All right. so-
MALE.
Yeah. MAIL.
E.
No, I didn't mean that. All right, so you guys know, you're familiar with my driveway. I live in a cul-de-sac. I have a driveway. You can put 2 cars in my driveway.
Stop bragging.
Okay.
You and your big
Shh,
driveway.
shh, quiet. 2 cars in my driveway. Then 2 more cars can come in behind that, and like the rear tire would be on the sidewalk, right? Not a huge driveway, much bigger driveways in the neighborhood, right? So if your back is against my garage door, the mailbox is to the right of the driveway, right? So I had 2 cars in, and then my wife's car was on the left side, right? Plenty of room, right? Plenty of room. And the fucking mailman, who's a dick, fucking douchebag. Everybody's complaining about this fucking guy. He like drives by and doesn't drop off our mail because anytime anything's in the way, the cul-de-sac people always parking down there, and it causes issues. And I get it, man. You want to be able to pull up and drop stuff off. You want to get out of your vehicle all the time.
Right.
But like I feel that we're like either at the trail end of some bullshit, or where at the very beginning he doesn't want to start his day off this way, he'll fucking pass up our house all the time, and then he'll forge documents. So like he won't send a package. Let's say it's like he's to deliver the package on the 12th, right? Then on the 13th, he'll put the 12th date there and say nobody was home, even though I was home, and like I got to go pick up at the post office. This happened a couple times, and I made complaints. He's been taking off our route. Well, he passed me up again this last week, and I've got a camera in front of my driveway now, and I'm like, he put on the note, yeah, Honda's in the way, right? So I'm thinking about taking that motherfucker in to the postmaster. Like, does this look in the way for you? Because it looks like I can fucking drive a tractor trailer and get to my mailbox with the way this car is.
It's not like you're in the fucking middle of the street in a cul-de-sac in a circle.
Yeah,
like
and
you
like
can park in fucking
Not a square
and
that has 4 corners.
No.
Or a triangle that has 3 sides.
No.
But a circle.
Circle. More of an obulus. But anyway, my father-in-law was up from the hurricane in North Carolina, and he was a postman for 33 years or some shit like that. Or maybe 27. Doesn't matter. Not an important detail. I should call him real quick and confirm. And so he watches the guy do it. He's like, what the fuck, man? That's like some get in trouble shit. That's like some illegal shit. So I'm like, man, this guy can't stand this fucking dickhead, man.
Just do it.
I
should.
Actually, you know what? Let me record later with you guys. I got something to do.
I gotta go to the post office real quick.
Anyway, that's my bitching. I don't know where that came from. Just the mail. I was talking about the mail guy. Fucking mail. Your mail guy must fucking either love you,
my mail people are
or
good.
Fucking hate you.
But
Packages every day.
But we should make a black and white photo of your face and be like, receive everything. Even
no matter the cost.
Even if it means ratting on everyone.
Just deliver it. Dude, that has been worth all of it. Yeah. All of the kneeling, all of the turmoil with the NFL for the last 2 or 3 years, whatever the fuck it is. It has been worth all of it. These black and white memes have been glorious.
The winner for me is still the 51 about Floyd Mayweather. Like, that's still, like, by and large.
I don't know, that Michael J. Fox one was good too, man.
In the caption that said, "Uh-oh, looks like the champ wrote this one himself," and then this. The champ.
If you can read one page of a Harry Potter book, Joker. Oh, man.
I got a question for you, Floyd.
That's great. So I'm gonna start Nerd Weeks. I haven't started Nerd Weeks.
Go for it.
I'm gonna take the
do it.
Take the reins.
Just do it.
Pin the rose on myself.
Just do it.
Anyway, so watch The Predators. And listen, for our Patreon fans, I do apologize. Myself, Marilyn, Phil, and Alex Lupercal, we all went and saw The Predators. We came back, tried to record it. We had a fucking horrible time trying to get it like on the old laptop, and like at one point, Phil's USB cord got pulled out of the computer, but the USB connector was still in there. And like I was literally like, "Oh, this is still gonna work," and it still worked. Like we were having a hell of a time with that fucking thing. So we did it. And it was like super bassy, super overdrive loud.
Yeah.
So and then like Alex's had a different headset, and his was low, and mine was good, but to turn everything else up, it fucked up. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's where yours was, right there.
Maybe.
Like, and then under edit, when you go back home, check, and I bet you there's an overdrive in there.
Maybe. So anyway, sorry that it's fucking obnoxious, but don't worry about it. The cliff notes are: don't waste your time. Wait for it for Netflix.
I think the title said it. You know,
yeah, Predators.
I don't think. I mean, like, it sucks at the volume.
It came to me
sucks
instantly.
That the quality of it was what it was. But you know, I don't think anybody left it like. But how do they feel about it?
You know what it was, man? It was Leprechaun in the Hood.
Oh. It has some charm to it.
Exactly. It had some charm to it. Okay. It has. There was parts that were like we were laughing our asses off. Like at one point,
anytime the leprechaun says some slang shit,
it wasn't as bad when the leprechaun started rapping. Like all the rest of the movie, that leprechaun rap was just over the top. So maybe Leprechaun 2. Anyway, so there's one point that the dude's son, like, he's autistic, which is the new superpower, I might add. And he puts on the Predator mask, which is this huge metal mask, right? And so he looks like one of the aliens from Independence Day. You know what I mean? Because he's like a little scrawny body walking around with this big mask. And like apparently the masks now have, self-defense systems. So like as he was walking back from a house that didn't give him candy, these two other boys, these bullies, they recognized him in this fucking predator mask. You don't know how that happened.
He's the scrawniest kid.
And the guy at the house that he just came to was like, "Fuck you, kid," and like threw a beer can at him or something. And the predator mask was like, "Bing!" And all of a sudden, like these little guns came around, turned around, and like blew a hole in the dude's chest, and then blew the house up. I mean, the whole house. Like the whole split foyer, colonial house, just gone from the. It just was dumb.
Sounds awesome.
The dude,
Punisher Warzone, you'd love it,
dude. The guy Randall from This Is Us, he's in it. He's obnoxious. The black brother.
Redundant.
He's a brother of the triplets, one of the triplets, the adopted
brother. Yeah. He was in something else too.
He was in Black Panther. He was the brother. He was the king, the brother's king. This guy's a brother in everything. No pun intended. Anyway, never been a single child in any movie. And so he was good, but he was like one of these. He was on a Joffrey level of like, I hate this guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So anyway, you find out throughout the movie, and I'm spoiling this. This movie can't be spoiled because when you got it, it already expired. The expiration date was like 3 years ago. Anyway, so at one point they're trying to escape, and they have some Predator tech that they've stolen throughout the years. The Predators have been there. So basically, the original Predator is in canon. Predator 2 is in canon, and that's it. The Predators might be in canon, but you don't know.
Say the dogs,
but the dogs are different.
And the giant predators.
They're different. That's different. There is no backstory. That there's a couple backstories in pictures, like in images. Like the kid puts on the helmet, and the helmet shows him some different images, and you're to piece together. There's some kind of conflict between the predators, but you have no idea what it is.
Crucial conflict.
Yeah, crucial for sure.
Hay in the middle of the barn.
Oh man, it's crazy. Let me finish.
I heard something about it that
So Randall, we'll call him Randall. At one point, he's got the shoulder-mounted cannon, and he looks over here, and then it like turns his head, and he blows his own head off with it. I mean, it was like in the middle of nowhere, man. You're like, and there's another scene where the super predator like throws a lasso through a guy, not a lasso, like a spear, but it's like a 30-foot long cord, and these guys in like a fucking jeeped out Hummer come driving, and the cord is still there, and it decapitates like all three of them. It's just too much, man. It's just too much.
That's my complaint with that dude in general.
Yeah,
his films are too much.
Yeah, it was really. And at one point, the Predator is using like they have a decoder, like computer, so they can read Predator language.
And Little Orphan Annie.
And the Predator is using it to like talk shit to them, like, you guys are all bitches, and in 7 minutes I'm gonna kill you. I'll give you a head start. Like literally, it's fucking dumb.
Great.
So the whole point of the movie, I mean, there's some cool things like little things like how they do faster than light travel. They fire some like photon torpedo and like rips a hole in space, and they fly through that hole, and then it recaptures, like it solidifies. You don't know why there's like a civil war between the Predators, which are also aliens. It's fine. They're also flyers
and drivers.
Anyway, so this Predator, the first one, like the classic Predator, he basically comes to help humanity, but he kills like everybody he comes in contact with still. Like he's like, bad habits. Old habits die hard. Like he crash lands, just instantly guts somebody for no reason, even though he's trying to help humanity. So like you find out at the very last scene, it's so fucking bad, that he's bringing this, it looks like a crucifix gauntlet.
Oh, dude, I just had an image of Jesus throwing a temper tantrum and calling it a crucifix.
Anyway, this guy puts it on, and it basically nano Iron Man's a anti-predator suit to kill predators for humans to wear. It looks ridiculous. It looks like Optimus Prime, the ugly Optimus Prime from Transformers 1. Like, he started looking better, the first one. Had sex with a predator. That's what it looks like. It's stupid.
I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger was offered a role in it.
He was like, no.
Yeah, and he said no.
And he takes everything.
At the very...
Like, he was like,
He's
no,
like 8 Terminators.
You know what? I'm good.
So, Olivia Munn, who's like the scientist, like all of a sudden is like the badass chick who can like she's like literally chasing the predator, like running with this giant 8-foot beast as it scales building. She's like running, keeping up with it, trying to take it out. It's ridiculous. It's the worst. It's the worst movie I've seen in the theater for a very long time.
So right now we have 3 podcasts going at once. We have Nerd Rage Radio, Beer and Bolters, and the Predators review.
Yeah. It's fucking garbage. So
Yeah, I got that impression.
but
It's not being well received.
but I had a good time. Like it was
definitely sounds like something I would watch for what it is.
It's one of those movies where you can go watch in the theater and actively talk shit about it, and like nobody's gonna get mad that you're talking to the film, you know, and just be obnoxiously loud. Like we went in there, it was a ghost town. Like I was scared that I wasn't able to get tickets, right? And I went in there, and it's like 4 people, and then there's 4 of us.
And like they just look behind you and they're like, "Dark Horse rules."
Yeah, man. I was, oh god.
The thing that sucks about shit like this is like it's franchise killing, you know?
Oh yeah. Now the
They
super
should never give that motherfucker another movie.
dude, calm down. Don't
By
yell-
and
don't
by
yell
and
at me.
large,
Why are you
Iron
get-
Man is the worst fucking thing in the MCU.
I like it.
This thing
why are you so
sounds to be
angry?
the worst fucking Predator thing.
Is
Just don't let him touch anything.
Is it worse than Defenders?
Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Yes.
People
Okay,
like
that's
Iron Man
pretty
3. You're not one of them. Which I understand. I liked it enough.
Dude,
I didn't think it was
dude,
great, but
Dude,
I liked
so
it.
his blood pressure.
I'm sure there are people that like it.
Oh, you need to go on
I'm sure there are-
vegetarian diet to
I'm
stop
sure.
that.
Yeah. I'm sure there are people that like the Predator. You know, but if you throw it at enough people, you're gonna find some poor schmuck that's gonna like it. That being said,
I don't think there's anybody like the Predator.
more often than not, when people talk about their least favorite Marvel Universe movie, it is Iron Man 3 that is mentioned top of the list. By and large.
I don't know. Maybe. What else? Which other ones are bad?
Well, another one that's mentioned, but
Yeah.
not as often, but it is mentioned, is Dark World.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
like that. I mean, I like that too.
And I love it. I
And
think
Doctor
it's
but a
Strange,
lot of people
you
don't like it.
yeah.
All
It's
right,
in my top 5.
So there's that.
You know why? 'Cause it's not fucking funny.
I did some painting. So I painted some Ultramarines.
Yeah, I see. Look at the mold, man. The paint job is great, but like I used to like the Cataphracti, and now I'm looking at it. It's like it looks so cartoonish to me.
Yeah,
You're hating the hate.
Look, come on, objectively look at the design.
Dude, Joe, don't.
It looks like a
just-
fucking Tin Man.
Joe, just stop. Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
I wouldn't say it's the coolest design of 40K.
No. I mean, and also it's it's like the plastic sculpt, you know.
Yeah,
Finish some Gilliman.
that one looks real fucking
Yeah,
good.
that's
Except for the
dude's face,
face. The
Huh?
face
Yeah,
painting
let's do
is
his
good,
face.
but yeah.
Let's do his face. I'm really happy with his face. Turned out
No,
pretty
the-
well.
No,
The job is
your
good.
paint is good. The sculpt is luncheon.
The sculpt is a little
He's
wild.
one of the oldest one too, isn't he? He's from several years back.
Yeah, the sculpt is not for me.
He's got some cheekbones.
Anthony, he's got some stroke.
Yeah, he's got some cheek. Then I did Eidolon.
I saw that one last week.
Did I? Was it done last week?
Yeah, it was.
Then there was another Terminator for those guys that I finished. So there's 6 of them.
Nice.
What else happened? My in-laws were up from the hurricane.
How's did their shit get fucked up or just flood or what?
2 trees were broken. Nothing hit the house.
Nice.
Shutters were torn off. That was it. So
Oh,
there's
how
no.
did? Have they
Oh,
gone
the
back
city
already?
got. They had people that were there that checked their
Oh,
house
check
for
on
them.
Okay.
He did just
Any
go back
flooding?
today. I mean, there's flooding in the area. Their
not
house,
inside his
not
house.
yeah, no, their
They
house is
lucked
good.
out.
They
Hey,
did.
Man, you can't ask for more than that.
But the city of Newburgh got proper fucked. So anybody down there, hey, thoughts and prayers.
Dude,
Yeah.
the fucking news has
Oh,
been fucking
the
hilarious.
weather shit?
Yeah, the guy who's
oh.
like he can't fucking stand and people are just walking around in the back.
yeah,
or the
yeah.
one who's like he's like
Fucking CNN, bro.
It was the Weather Channel.
Oh no, CNN was a guy standing in a ditch.
he was
that was
kneeling
it.
or kneeling in the water to make him look like his real
Yeah. And then like somebody behind him,
That
like
shit is
standing up.
hilarious.
That fucking one, the Weather Channel one, like the shit that, like the fucking memes that have come out of that, like the video
Yeah,
memes, like
yeah.
are so. There's this one dude, he's like holding onto the pole, and like another guy's like holding his legs, like shaking. He's like, whoa, whoa.
I've seen those. They throwing chairs and shit. They get the garden hose on them and shit.
Like beer cans.
Yeah. Dude, why did it's
Drama.
like they always they take it to the next level, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a boring newscaster that just tells you
It's
the
because
rare
of
shit.
ratings. It's
Yeah,
because
it's 'cause we're rating.
dude.
it's the
yeah.
news is not about the news anymore. It's about getting people to watch it. It's always a problem when you're trying.
Yeah, it can't.
It can't be objective.
It can't be
Oh,
objective.
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm in a civilization. Trying to think. I did watch something else. I finished Paradise PD, the
Okay.
cartoon on Netflix.
Solid.
Dude,
I'm gonna give it a shot.
it they had a little interesting story arc. It was fine, but dude, they do some shit, man. It's so bad. It's so bad, but it's so funny.
Isn't that the best?
That's the beauty of animation. You get away with a lot
I
more.
mean, there's this one. The old man Stanley is by far the best character. He's like an old gay dude that's like super freaky, and like he's like, I once like, I once blown Mickey Mantle. You know what I mean? Like, shit he says like out of nowhere.
I would like listeners to take that sound clip and make a song out of it and send it back to us.
Oh, so, but like, it is funny, man, and like the main character's dad like doesn't have any nuts.
Mhm.
It's funny, man. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah. You'll either love it or hate it.
Yeah, it tends to be the case.
I mean, you like South Park.
Or I might think it's fine.
You like South Park, you like Family Guy.
Mhm.
It's in the same vein, and
yeah.
the animation isn't like. The animation is right in the same vein with those as well, because I can understand how like the Rick and Morty animation is kind of like sloppy, and it can get on your nerves.
Yeah, but it's not so much the animation Rick and Morty. I'm on board with that too.
Yeah. Okay.
But
okay.
It's just that dude's voice.
Hey, Rick.
It's just that dude's voice, man. I just
Yeah.
can't take that dude's voice. I just find it
of course.
off-putting.
Yeah, it is off-putting.
It's supposed to be though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just can't subject myself.
That's fine.
I try to get through more fucking Iron Fist. I can't do it, dude.
Oh,
I went back.
You're tapping out of all people.
I think I'm done.
How many episodes are you in?
3.
Oh, 3 and 3 out. It's still Bobby's rules.
Yeah, that's my
I mean,
rules.
I watched up until the dinner party scene, and then the bad guys went and talked to Mary, and I think that's it. I think they had the little fight with the triads. And,
I'm at episode 3. Like I'm at the top of 3.
Okay. Now I talked to a second person who objectively thinks that Iron Fist is the worst thing, and they said it's not. They said like it's not great, but it's better than the first one. Better than the first
but
season.
the first one was not
There's
good, so it's
reviews
not-
that are coming out that are talking about how it has a very slow start, but it ends up being great.
Oh, really?
But
I don't know, man. I'm trying, dude. I literally I'm just bored, and
Yeah.
I've been working crazy hours this last week, so it's probably not the best week for me to
Yeah.
watch that. But unlike you, I can't like watch something if I'm going to plan on going to sleep. You know, I just can't do it.
Well, I only go to sleep to something. Like,
Yeah,
I have a
yeah.
hard time without it.
I finished another audiobook here recently, but I can't remember. It's like Born to Flame or something like that. Say it.
Born of the Flame.
Say it. That might be the name. Let me check. No. I thought you were going to say a joke about my dad.
No.
Well, no, that but you would be born of the
Yeah.
flame.
Yeah.
It's an autobiography.
Yeah. Born of Flame. Wow, I got it right. Shit. All right. That's that. Anyway. I think that's it. Oh, I try to watch The Death of Superman, but I got that barn that from Phil, so by 2020 I should have that watched.
Right.
So Joe, how
It's
about you?
Good. It's been a short week, but let me see. Pull my notes. I watched the Grayskull documentary.
Yeah,
Fucking
good.
great.
Right?
It's a fucking shame they didn't keep going with the 2000 animation.
Talk to me.
It looks great.
Yeah, why did they stop? Did they mention?
I don't remember.
God, it was good, man.
It's just like Hasbro with Mattel. Like anytime the toy companies start getting their hands into
Yeah,
the
I
fucking
think-
source material,
I think
it fucks
the
it
toys
up.
weren't selling.
Well, I think because they went that Snake Man route, and they
Well-
never got off of it.
No, well, it's also because they went because the toy game has changed since the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you think back in the day, we had variations of He-Man and Skeletor, of course, but
Yeah.
like in the 2000 series, you were getting like 2 to 3 He-Man a year,
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 Skeletors a year, like Aqua Skeletor, action
Oh, yeah.
attack Skeletor.
And that's just started in the
Like,
90s with the Batman. It was like fucking 80 different Batman.
But see,
Yeah.
that was kind of cool. That was kind of a cool gimmick because
It
in
makes
your
more
head
sense.
canon, he's like because he used to line up all those Batmans like his hall of armor.
Yeah, like Iron Man. They did.
before
it makes sense.
Iron Man. Before Iron Man.
Iron Man and Batman are the ones where it makes the most sense to
Yeah.
have the most
Different gear
variation.
for different tools for the jobs. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that like so you know people got tired of buying He-Man and Skeletor. So like when a new case came out and there was like 2 figures that they wanted in it, then you're left with pegs and pegs and pegs of He-Man and Skeletor. And nobody gave a shit.
Yeah.
Hey kids, do you like toys with less articulation? Stupid sculpts, and we throw a little bit of paint on there with a sponge and sometimes a crayon. Well then, by all means, tune in to the latest and greatest release from Mattel, where we have Nobody Cares Man. I'm here to save Little League. We have Mediocre Man. I just scored a 70. And we it's the best I could do.
Hey, it's nailed it.
That's good with 2 seconds notice. Hey, put you on the spots.
The guy who played the live action Skeletor was really into it. I was like,
Frank Lavinian.
Dude, that Skeletor portrayal that might be my Skeletor.
Yeah.
Like when I think of him in my mind of how he should be, that might be him and Evelyn.
and it sounds like
not Tila, not Man at Arms. Actually, maybe Man at Arms, not He-Man.
it may sound like the movie
It was Dolph Lundgren.
planned
right?
to be much better,
Yeah.
but like they got cut up by studio,
Yeah.
right? They didn't get to do the final fight scene that they want, and
Yeah.
they didn't get the design that they want.
Oh, tell me about that.
He had to tell you. 'Cause
No,
I saw it 2
they
weeks ago.
had
now.
multiple in the design stage drawings of the costumes and stuff, and
Yeah.
like the studio picked like the one that the creator liked the least.
Oh,
apparently.
really?
And
They should have never sent them to Earth. That was the biggest mistake of that movie. They should
Yeah.
have never gone to Earth.
Yeah.
it was a different era back then. Like in the 80s, was it required that something had to happen on Earth?
I
or
don't
you
think
can
so.
just
I
have
think
all
it was.
alien?
I think that's more studio. Like this is how it will connect with the
I
mainstream
think it's also
audience.
cheaper.
Can you imagine a spaceman walking around, having a coffee,
Space
walking a
barbarian?
dog?
Yeah. I think it's cheaper too because you have to buy all those different sets.
Yeah, but just go out to fucking Arizona or some shit.
Mm.
Go out to some rocky.
That costs money too.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. It probably costs less money than fucking building sets.
Yeah.
I mean, they were pulling money so hard they didn't let them finish the final fight scene. They just made it real short. So I don't know.
And you remember the end? He came out of the water. You remember that in the movie? Like because he gets knocked down off of the whatever, and then like after the credits, he like pops up out of the water.
Oh,
Skeletor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh? Was he still all golden?
No, but he says he has something. It's like a one-liner, like "I'll get you, He-Man," or
Get the fuck out of here! I've never seen that before.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
don't believe you. Show me right now.
Let's see.
And I liked the fucking. I didn't know the He-Man, the new cartoon series.
Yeah.
You know how he had a different voice as Prince
Adam.
is like
Yeah.
a young voice, and then a manly voice.
Yeah.
It's the same dude.
Oh,
He
really?
just fucking changed his voice
Nice.
up.
Look at that. People have talent.
Yeah, he would
outta
he
here.
would do a transition as he's transforming from the light voice into a deeper voice.
Oh, here we go. A Canon film. I'll be back.
Nice.
No, you won't.
we returned in the documentary.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I enjoyed it as a kid, at least.
I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember like being disappointed at first about all the characters that I didn't know. Blade, Lizard Man, whatever he was.
Yeah,
you know.
you wanted Trap Jaw and
Yeah, of course. But then
Beastman.
I was like, but then they just felt like part of that universe also. It was kind of like Toka and Razor. Like at first you're
Yep.
like, man, this isn't Bebop
Yep.
and Rocksteady. But after like a couple years go by, you're like, man, might as well have been.
yeah.
It's
Style
interesting.
point. And then we got him later.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't,
yeah.
don't you feel kind of vindicated by that? Even though
Yeah.
that movie kind of sucks.
It's almost like the toy made it canon.
Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
But yeah, I recommend people watch it if you're into like toy culture at all. It's just interesting having
I'm gonna buy
that
it.
perspective of people like grown ass people who's at the time talking seriously about.
Supposedly they did a Turtles one also, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I think it's called Turtle Power. I think that's what it's called. But
And like the way the
Got more
names
taste in my penis.
and the way the names were fucking originally conceived, like it was Woman
they wanted
for the chick and Seaman.
that was
for
the best one.
fucking
He was like,
merman.
the guy was like, somebody came along and was like, why not just call him Merman? It's like, that is a better idea than Seaman.
Because it were gonna be men. It's like men at arms.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought Woman was the
Yeah.
fucking worst.
Tila's name was going to be Woman.
You need to watch it. It's fucking good.
It's great. It's great.
What else?
She-Ra, She-Ra.
Got back into Overlord anime series. Third season is on its way, so I caught up on second season, and I'm gonna start third season soon. If you like D&D, anybody out there, if you just like D&D, like the role playing game, not just the video game, you would enjoy Overlord. It's on Hulu.
I did see a trailer for a movie called Overlord or Over Fiend or some shit. It looks like a Wolfenstein movie.
Okay.
It
Also,
looked really interesting.
to any ladies, if you just like 1D and you need an overlord, I know a guy also. You know what I mean? It's like the cool guy. You know, like you get a little bit of this.
Oh, that was awful. That's like that face is how I imagine like mouth
Don't do
noises
that.
that you hate.
Don't do that.
It's my like over accentuated cool guy. Like, and usually he does a nose rub. Cool guys love to rub their nose. One thumb rub, like just the break it down.
Why is so much tongue action? I don't understand.
No, I feel like they are cool guys. I got no time for cool guys.
Just cool friends. Cool friends.
Cool friends. That's a great story.
Berserk. I started rereading it from the beginning because when I was following it, it was just coming out. I was like getting a bad taste in my mouth because like this guy likes to have hiatuses a lot. He would like take 6 months off and come back to it. So like there was an arc where the main group is traveling on a boat, you know, to get to the destination, which would only take a couple weeks. In real life, it took 7 years to complete that arc.
Like the worst admiral ever.
So like I got out of it, but now I'm rereading it at a regular pace without the wait, and it's much better. And so much so that I bought that Prime 1 statue. That
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah,
That's
so I pre-ordered it. Should be coming out in the next month or two. But it's like 30 inches without the sword up, and like 36 inches with the sword up.
How often does that get you when you are
Do you want to look at it?
would you look at it?
I'll bring it over.
Did we talked about the Gilman one last week, right?
Briefly. We have more pictures of it now.
I know.
With
How often are you like kind of lukewarm on something or slightly interested or interested but not committed, and then you happen to watch the property and you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm getting this.
no, what happens is
all the time.
It happens to me all the time.
All the time.
I'm really into something and I get real disappointed in it and I leave and I come back and
like Deadpool.
I haven't gone back to Deadpool. I haven't gone back to comics really.
Mm.
But yeah, I go back and I remember how much I love it, and I love it more the second time around. Like, and solidifies my love for it.
Why haven't you jumped into Hot Toys at all, Joe? We've never talked about
He's
that.
got some.
What do you have?
I have 1/6, not Hot Toys. I think they're Kojo.
You have Deadpool Hot Toys, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I consider it just Deadpool
Oh, okay.
product for me. I don't have anything against it, but like, it's not stuff I collect. I don't collect much Marvel, DC stuff. And if I do, I would get the statue of it.
Mm.
It's not like I don't like them. I love them, but just not what I've been into, I guess.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Did
And Bobby
they
has
do
it, so I
any
can look at
anime?
'em. They have 1/6 anime stuff.
Okay.
There's not hot. I don't know if it's Hot Toys.
No, I don't think Hot
Sideshow has some, I think. But
I think Sideshow has a new Tumblr Batmobile coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I think it's only 1/12 scale.
oh, that's.
I know.
relatively small.
I know.
But yeah, I think I'm just.
It might be
main-
tempting for me though.
I think I'm mainly just in the statue game. I canceled a couple of pre-orders on a couple of figures that I wanted. I was like, well, as a matter of fact, one of the figures I was going to order was a Berserk one. I canceled that to get to the statue.
Mm.
Might as well.
Mm.
So I'm fucking worried about space. But I'm starting to clear off my detop of the junk. Like, you remember when you were over, I had like, a lot of like things in blister packs or in clamshells in there. I'm taking all that stuff out. Only like actual figures and statues that are good enough that's going to go in there.
Gotcha.
Saw Mary and the Witch's Flower, which is like a kids movie, I guess, and on Netflix. I mean, I enjoy kids movies. It's fine. I liked it. It looks like Studio Ghibli, but it's not. Studio Ghibli being like the Disney of Japan with
Okay.
with Totoro.
I'm saying, is that related to Jigglypuff from Pokemon? Because he's my favorite.
Kind. Puts people to sleep.
He's
you,
my
need,
favorite.
you need a Jigglypuff in
He's
your
the one
life.
that sings.
Huh?
He sings.
Yeah, and puts people to sleep.
Hmm.
And gets real mad because he wants people to hear him sing.
Recognize his talent.
Yeah,
Mm.
but he's real good and just put people to sleep. This Enchantment is the cartoon series on Netflix made by the same people as Futurama and
You mean
Simpsons.
Disenchantment, right?
Yeah. Is that what I
Okay.
said? I don't know. I say stuff and I don't realize what I say.
I thought you say maybe.
I think it came out as Disenchantment,
Maybe.
but he meant yeah, but it was Disenchantment.
It's okay. It's not as good as I want it to be. It ends on a big cliffhanger, which makes me want to watch more of it. But who knows when season 2 is coming out?
Oh, yeah, I want to watch that.
It grew on me a bit, but I think it just made me miss Futurama.
Yeah.
Even though it's not the same genre, but it's the same art style. And Futurama was so fucking good to me
Yeah.
that this hasn't. But to be fair, it's only been one season. I like it enough.
There's been some really good episodes of Futurama. I just never got into it to like committed. Like if it was on, I'd watch it. But it is a good show. Like I've always enjoyed it. I got to get back into Venture Brothers. A new season of that's out.
That another thing that Bobby's not into.
Yeah, that's fine.
Be all right.
And I think that's it for me.
So
I think we should save it though
okay,
first.
yeah.
Hey kids, tired of mom and dad not letting you buy the toys you want? Wish you can have ice cream? Well, call Uncle Harry's Hitman. We'll take care of mom and dad and help you collect all that insurance money.
So I watched Iron Fist, like I said. I watched this documentary called The Surrounding Game, which was fucking amazing.
I'm trying to think of what that could be about.
Is it like
It's quite literal.
the surrounding game?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the crying game.
No,
All right.
but that could be literal.
Or just the game.
No, but that too is literal in a sense. But it is a documentary. It's on Netflix. I watched it.
Time out.
Yeah.
Can somebody make a Crying Game 2 poster with Bobby Skullface and Billy J?
I would rock it. I put it on to go to sleep was my intention. And I ended up watching the whole thing. And like I had to put on something else afterwards to go to sleep.
What was it about?
It's a documentary about the board game Go.
I'm not familiar with that.
So it's the game that they play in a beautiful
I'm familiar with
mind.
Stop.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's the game that they play.
38 years. Still.
Never
Never
rinsed
raped
anyone.
anybody.
Never an incident.
It's the game that they play in a beautiful mind, like with the white and black like stones on
Japanese
the board.
game.
It's Chinese.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How
Because
dare
it's like
you, Joe?
super popular in Japan.
So-
and nobody in China
So
plays
I can tell you, no, a lot of people in China play.
Really?
Yeah.
No one else
Joe,
there.
you don't
So-
know shit about Chinese people.
it. No, I'm so American. I'm like, I just assume I know because like a white guy.
It's very racist of you.
I can tell you a fair bit about it, and
Now that you've watched that,
now that I've watched this
yeah, yeah.
documentary, so like whenever I watched Beautiful Mind, like the first time I watched it, I was like, I need to figure out what this game is, and then I knew it was called Go, but I never knew the rules or anything. And I
So
wasn't
it's
gonna-
not Go like English Go. Like,
Oh yeah, like
Okay.
don't stop.
okay. Don't stop till you get it.
I'm also familiar with that.
Yeah. So it's awesome. The game is cool. I want to get aboard and I want to play it a bit. But it's like hear these people talk about it is fucking amazing because they're like it's a game where it's like it's both based off of like they call it like it is the full brain game because it's based both off of analyzing and strategy and also aesthetics because you can beat the game trying to paint something beautiful as opposed to trying to necessarily capture something like so it engages both sides of your brain whatever. So the Japanese got wind of it eventually shortly thereafter and then in like this century there was some Japanese player who like became a big deal and then he kind of changed the way the game was played. But since then, other people have gotten
Fukushima technique.
yeah. And now they've kind of changed the game. But like, so like they were talking about like for like the first initial move of chess, there's 35 variables, and for Go, it's like 200,000.
Oh, I think I heard something about that, and they did some supercomputer to try to figure out everything or something.
So that's another thing. So they've had it on computer, you know, like the same way they play computer chess or whatever, and the computer's never been able to beat anybody. Like
Because it's not artistic.
of the great players.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's
And
only
then, like,
logical.
I think 2016 was the first year a computer beat like a professional player, and it was like a big deal, because
Yeah.
like it says something about the technology, it says something about it's interesting, but I don't know. It was fucking cool. I definitely recommend people watch it. It's nerdy, but it's great.
Is it on
Hey,
Netflix?
this Nerd Rage Radio is. Yeah, I mean, like anything like that, like where people are super passionate and find the
Yeah.
nuances in these things that people overlook. I find that interesting.
Yeah, like that one sushi.
Jiro?
Yeah, Dreams of Sushi or whatever.
Yeah.
That was good. I caught that on Humble. Like, oh, this is fucking. Can't remember shit about it.
But it was
I just
very
remember like highly in it. Like highly in it. Like, oh, this motherfucker likes some sushi, man.
So another thing was I was watching The Simpsons with my kids.
Okay.
We've been watching it recently because
Like new episodes or old?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, that was a great episode. And then Jane was like, yeah, it was pretty good. And I was like, no, that was great. That was 5 out of 5. And she was like, 4.5. Keep it real.
Oh God.
Any more homework problems with them?
No, not this week. Dread it. Run from it. So the other thing I need to talk about is, because we got a write-in about it, is Kill Shot. So
Oh, that Eminem shit.
So the four-part
Oh God.
the 4-part interview of the Sway thing took place. And what's funny is, like, episode 3, I think, of 4 is like where he talks about Joe Button for the most of it, and he pretty much says exactly what Joe Button says, and like is somehow disagreeing with him at the same time, which I found interesting.
What?
Obviously, like, there are some differences in what they're saying, but like, the stuff that Joe says like was the issue over there, he's basically like, well, this is what we did, this was our approach to it, and Joe was like, right, exactly, that was the issue.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So M released the response, Kill Shot, and people are asking me what I think of it, and I think it's fine. I know I'm in the minority, but I don't think he won. I think MGK got him. I think that when you have a response, when you have a diss record that's a response to a diss record, and like 80 to 90% of it is just a retort to the attack, you can't win. Like,
It's a defense, it's not an attack.
Exactly. And like, he just turned everything that MGK said back on him, which is fine, but it's just like, you don't bring anything original to the game then. It's like you don't have any new blood to draw. He did have a couple zingers in there. There's one about like keep my daughter and my dick out your mouth, like, stuff like that. So like that was a good one. And then the whole Diddy line that people are going crazy about, like that was good.
I have no idea who this guy is.
MGK?
Yeah.
He's a Cleveland rapper. He raps very similarly to Eminem, in my opinion. Dude, but there is this guy who does this impression, and Joe Button and them we kept bringing it up during the podcast, but it is so fucking funny. He does this impression of him. He's like a comedian, and it's so good. It's old, so most people have heard it, but if you haven't, I am going to play it for you. It's only a minute, but I'm playing the whole thing.
Of course I'm on torrent. I'm driving a Porsche over the floorboards, over the floorboards, wearing a Ford Taurus, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time the years affording. Look what I'm planning. I'm planning to do all this while you're panicking, and you're looking and staring at mannequins. I'm going to Fanikins, trying to get up at Planikins. Planikins, Anakin, Panicins. Mannequins, Anakin, Anna in the cabana. I'm in a cabana in the Janet. I'm in a cabana chanting on the stand-up banner. Well, you don't got the stamina, you're lacking the stamina. You're lacking the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford, and I'm in a Porsche, the floorboards. I'm on torrent. You're using way too many napkins. Napkins is japkins. You're using chapstick and napkins while I'm napkin. Flapping around like a babkin. Flamming a bab like a pan of japkin. Damn it again, put it.
And that's kind of like, so like that's
Flanagan!
Stop it! Stop it right now! You're on deck, Joe. I gotta save that.
Hey, are you Asian? People can complain about driving and flying. Call Uncle Dolphin. I'll teach you.
So look, that's kind of my issue with M. Like, I think that he is technically unparalleled. And I think that he has great songs on top of that. Like, I Am Whatever You Say I Am and all that, and Lose Yourself and all that kind of stuff is great. But I think that more often than not, his music is a lot of that, which is impressive, but it doesn't move me. It doesn't touch me, so to speak. Like, it's just impressive. It's just technically impressive. And that's why I'm not a huge Eminem fan.
It's like looking at a piece of art that's technically done well, but there's no soul in it.
Right.
Like, I've seen people's paint jobs, like, oh, that is executed flawlessly, but like, I don't feel anything from it.
Right. Mannequin, move your saying.
Mannequin.
Don't talk about my painting.
Dude, I love your painting.
Stop.
Panicking while you're looking at mannequins.
Name of the podcast. Name of the podcast.
Okay.
So like, I don't know. I don't think that I don't like that beat for Kill Shot. I think it's very ugly. I think his flow on top of it is ugly. It's just
On my Facebook, people was like, I haven't listened.
yeah.
I don't listen to that shit.
But here's the other thing about M. There's a few people I put in this pocket. M, Beyonce, Nicki. People that have this hyper hardcore fan base that it's hard to lose because they will jump on anything that's against you and crush it, and anything you do, they're gonna worship it like it was solid gold. Unfortunately, I'm not in that boat. So that's my opinion on Kill Shot. It's fine. I don't think it was enough, and I think if him, I don't think him and Button is going to happen, but I think if he came at Button that way, it's
you want it to happen because you.
I want it to happen because I like to hear music,
Yeah.
you know, like, and anything to get Button back in
Exactly.
is my cup of tea. But yeah, it doesn't. Kill Shot doesn't do anything for me.
See, Button's already
moving at mannequins.
Button's already won because he's got a 3-hour long format show that he can just keep going and make 1,000 jokes, and it's always going to have more replay value or whatever than like a simple 3-minute song.
Yeah,
you know.
And he's just I think he's really like, and if you know, you really got to make it worth his while to take part in it, because there's nothing. He doesn't have a record to promote, and what he's doing is doing just fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, he's escaped that game.
Yeah, which is sad, but it's also I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's finally reached a level of success, but I'm sad to not hear his music anymore or new music. And Cabana with a napkin.
Boards.
So funny. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else in my.
you broke John Carpenter's toy.
Oh God!
Which
so
toy
bad.
was it?
It was Shadow Panther, the Beast Wars repaint of Cheetor.
You've already transformed that one too.
Yeah,
I was wondering why after you broke up, he should just done the 5-minute thing. Because usually you do 5 minutes for the repaint.
yeah. However, it wouldn't have. I would have still had to do what I did. Like nothing could have stopped that.
Oh, because you had to transform it regardless.
Yeah. So like,
Is he able to send it back or anything?
I don't know. I hope so.
I mean, he's not like broken in a structural way.
No,
He still works. Like not
still,
an arm or leg fell off or
Yes,
nothing. Just
exactly.
a peg.
Yeah, and that peg is ugly in cat mode anyway. I could make the argument, but if it wasn't mine to break. You know, I'm not trying to make excuses for it.
You're trying to make excuses.
Hey, you're welcome, John. I fixed the cat.
You're trying to make excuses without making excuses.
Yeah, but it's but I felt terrible. I called him.
Because you said it. So you said, be careful with this part.
Yeah, exactly.
He said, be careful with this part.
Did you get like the oh fuck moment?
Yeah, I was like, fuck, because it was.
Did you bleep it out? Like leave it in the?
No, because I wasn't recording. I transformed it and I showed people the step and I was like, look, be careful of this because this peg is very long. Where it has to go to is a tight spot for it, like just
so to speak.
So to speak, I was like, just be careful. And then I'm going back to it. I'm trying to be careful because I'm cognizant of it, and then popped.
Can you glue it back?
No.
Them strong sausage fingers.
No, you can't glue it back. I mean, you can glue it back, but it's not going to do what you want it to do at that point. It's done. I mean, all it does, its whole purpose is for when it's in robot mode, it pegs the arms together in his back, but you can just sit the arms together in his back, and it's fine. They're not going to move on their own.
Okay.
But,
And most people argue you don't look at the figure from the back.
right. Right.
Even
So
though I do.
But once again, I mean, I felt terrible. But he was fucking super cool about it. I couldn't have asked for.
He's like, "Oh, it's fine, man. I've never seen anything."
Yeah, I mean, and he shouldn't. If I was, I wouldn't.
Never happening again.
If I was him, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I felt sorry. And
Did I send you anything after you broke his?
he was trying to joke with me a little bit about it, but I was like, all right, I'm not ready to joke about it. Like, I felt so bad.
Why is Carnage higher than Star Lord?
No particular reason.
Huh? Seems like an odd choice.
Well, because
You really love that Carnage statue.
Yeah, it's good, but it's not so much that. It's just that when I put the Guardians together, they're going to take up 2 shows.
Oh, and you want Spider-Man and Carnage on the same level?
Well, right now.
Gotcha.
Carnage probably won't stay in there.
How was that Catwoman toy?
It's not great.
So it's no improvements from the last one?
No, there's huge sculpture. I mean, the sculpt is way better. Like,
Okay.
But
Is it
it's a different company. Yeah, it's Fig Arts, but it's the articulation is trash on it. Just fucking dog shit. But yeah. Do you want to get right into questions?
Yeah, let's do
Like,
it.
we have like 8 of them.
Fuck
And
the
then- and then
news.
start-
Well,
if we get-
no one gave us a fucking answer from what I asked last week about if people actually gave a fuck about the news. No one said anything about it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I guess by default that means
They don't give a fuck.
the news.
No one listens.
Yeah, they get into hour into it.
Or what if they skipped ahead to the news?
I don't care about what you fucking guys do on. Wait, just give me the gossip.
And you're looking and staring at mannequins, and I'm going to Fanikins trying to get up a Planikins. All of the Planikins, Sanikin, Panicins. All the Mannequins, Sanikin, Anna in the cabana. I'm in a cabana in the Janet. I'm in a cabana chanting on a stand-up banner. Well, you don't got the stamina, you're lacking the stamina. You're lacking the stamina while you're divorcing Harrison Ford, and I'm in a Porsche and I'm flowing porn.
It's so good.
Oh, you still need a commercial.
No, you said that was my commercial.
No, you could lead in with that for-year commercial.
You want to learn how to rap?
Well, I wasn't prepared.
Yeah. no,
Call
fair.
Bobby Skullface,
No.
white rapper extraordinaire.
Oh, I did write the song. I did write the
I
song.
finished
I
it.
saw that.
I didn't do the hook. I haven't finished the hook, but I
Dude.
did 3 verses.
Every morning, this past week, it's been like fucking dark and like rainy. Every morning on my drive, I fucking turn on the track volume version 2. Fucking
good.
it's good. Like,
It's good. I was so I actually because I'm thinking about having this one recorded properly, right?
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah.
Like not going to JR's?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've all been
Yeah.
properly. They've all been
Like-
professionally done.
Yeah, but this one like at a professional studio, have it professionally mixed, et cetera, et cetera. Save myself because I'm running late. I'm running behind schedule.
He said, "Fuck you, GR. Your shit isn't good enough."
So I called this guy who I used to know in the loop of Baltimore City, and who I have a good relationship with. And I said, Mr. I'm not gonna say his name, but I said,
Mr. Peabody.
I'll say Mr. Microsoft.
Okay. Okay.
And he said, "Good morning. Sorry for the late reply." I said, "Long time no speak, my friend. Are you still in the business of recording?" He said, "Not really. Who is this?" I said, "Bobby." He said, "Oh, okay. I'm not really in the studio like that anymore, but E Black is there, and I can send you his number. He's upstairs." And I was like, "I'm not familiar with him. I just want to do one song and have it mixed. Easy peasy." And he said, "He's as good as I am." I said, "Okay, sounds good." And then he sent me the number, and he sent me E Black underneath. So I'm going to have to call this guy.
Mr.
And
E
I'll be
Black.
like, "Excuse me, is he Black there?" I'm trying to speak to E Black.
Yeah.
This is Bobby. Look, and you don't know me, and I get the feeling that you don't hear from. I get.
What would you say, Bobby Skullface?
I think my cadence might be a little different from the phone calls you usually get, but I want to get off on the right foot. I think we're gonna do just fine together, you and I, E Black. So I am thinking about swinging past. Can I bring you any snacks? Because I like to have one Tasty Cake Coffee Cake Jr., and it would be my pleasure to pick you up. Anything. You strike me as a butterscotch crumpet guy. Can I get you a butterscotch crumpet? Alrighty. You know, like
I want a big bag of little donut holes.
I'm dreading that conversation. I'm running from it. Dreading it.
Bobby Skullface would make you sound more legit. It's like, oh, Bobby Skullface.
That's true. But like, there's like, it's funny because I'm tempted to like put a little sauce on it, you know, one way or the other, like just to go like just to either A, get off on the foot and be like, look, man, I'm cool. You don't have to worry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be a problem. I'm fine. Or to go the exact opposite route and make him think I'm as uncool as possible. But like, I kind of want to go that just to see how it would go. You know what I mean? Like, just
you should record it.
yes, and use it for Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, is this E Black himself?
I'm a huge fan. I've heard.
Almighty. I tell you what, I'm coming down there as soon as I can, sir. What do you got open on the schedule?
There's your next commercial.
Are there any rules to the recording studio? I hope there's not going to be any illegal drugs there, but if possible, I'd like to bring down a freshly cooked bag of parsnips. Parsnips. Parsnip. This I got it from Dave Chappelle show. And he's like, here, I cook some parsnips and some. Like, that little kid was like, "What the fuck's a parsnip?" He's like, "Oh, don't throw me in the briar patch, Brer Fox." But anyway, yeah,
Well, you have to lead off with and Mr. Microsoft sent me.
yeah. I'm gonna have to get that out in the clear very, very early, because like these guys in particular, like they're established guys in the city, and I don't want to I don't want there to be any misconceptions. I don't want them to think I'm coming to do my whole mixtape, and I'm like look, I just want to do this song, and it's kind of tongue in cheek, and then I want to kind of keep it moving, and I'm trying to spend $100 max, but we'll see.
I don't know how much studio time was. You rent the studio for a certain amount of time. Is how it usually works.
So like Mr. Microsoft used to look out for any of us back in the day, but and do 20 an hour, but usually it's between 30 and 40, so we'll see.
And how long does it take to do
for
a
me
3-minute song?
for me an hour, like tops, like I'm
'Cause you practice
I'll
or whatever.
practice. I'll be have it front and back, before I go down there. But anyway, let's get into some questions, and they are from Justin L, who did survive the storm. I checked in on him.
Sweet.
If somebody's had a meme and they had like the radar and shit, and then underneath it has his head photoshopped onto like the Simpsons guy's body, and it said, "I'm in danger." He said, "What is a franchise you hate? Something you really can't understand how it persists." I can tell you straight away, Pacific Rim. I fucking hate it.
No, but he said that you don't understand why it persists.
I don't.
You don't understand why people love giant robots and monsters fighting?
I don't understand why people like heartless, soulless shit. It's the biggest problem I have. It's the biggest lack of understanding I have is how people can get into something that doesn't have any real heart in it.
To look at it.
I don't get it.
Okay. So yeah, it's something you don't understand personally. I get it. Adam's gonna say Predators
No, not at all.
after the scathing review.
I don't know.
Actually, I struggle with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as well. I don't hate it though. That's the difference. I don't hate that franchise, but I don't understand how people are so into it.
Yeah, I think it's a tradition at this point because it's been going for so long in Japan.
Or like you got to watch that show, and then you have to face yourself in the mirror.
Well, it's a kid show. I know adults are into it, but it's aimed towards
I think
kids.
even as a kid, I would have been turned off to that.
You know, it's funny.
A lot of
man.
kids were into it. That's why it got so popular.
I think I've taught this.
I know. I
So-
think me personally though.
So we were playing. We were like in middle school, or probably middle school, like 8th grade or something. And you're at that point in time when you're 8th grade. You're like, started to going around.
Oh yeah.
And I remember we were playing
Whacking
football,
it.
and like some guy,
Pillowing it.
the guy on the opposite team was like the football guy, like the popular jock kid. And he's like, Hunt 1, Hunt 2. Hey guys, remember that we get to find out who the identity of the Green Rangers today on Power Rangers. Yeah. A 3, hike. And I'm just sitting there like, holy shit! I thought I was the only one that watched this.
Kyle's
show.
a fucking nerd.
And I literally, I was bewildered because I thought I was like,
But all the kids like it.
shame.
It wasn't nerdy when it came out. Everyone watched it. It wasn't later.
That was the point of my story, Joe. Thank you.
Well, he said
I think it.
he didn't know it was a nerd.
I don't know.
He's such a trendsetter.
I think
he's always
that
ahead of the curve.
I remember being in high school and talking about like I was into Marvel and DC, and I don't even think I mentioned Star Wars at the time because Star Wars had been a dead franchise for so long. And I remember this guy saying like, "Yeah, I'm into some stuff too," and then me having to like really pull it out of him before he said Power Rangers. And nobody wants to say all of it at first; they just want to say Power Rangers. Like, no, I don't know what that is. Power Rangers? Never heard of it. No, it's like 4 guys and yeah, I do it. Yeah, and they fought monsters. That wasn't the name of it though, was it? Was that the name? I feel like the name was longer. Mighty Morphing Power Rangers. Oh, that's what it is.
MMPR. There you go.
I can't think of anything I hate though.
Yeah.
Hate's a very strong word.
Yeah.
I mean, hate and strong dislike is interchangeable nowadays.
I think I low-key hate Dragon Ball Z, but I think I hate
I understand it. I understand why you would.
I think I hate it because I hate it like I hate the beach. So like when I go to the beach and I see everybody having
Sand gets everywhere?
Yeah, when I go to the beach and I see everybody having such a great time, it makes me more frustrated because I feel like I don't get it. I feel like there's
Yes.
like there's something about this scenario that I'm missing that causes it to be pleasurable.
That must be...
Hordes and War Machine. It's not really a franchise though, is it?
It is.
Is it?
I mean, it's been ongoing for a long time and they have a lot of expansions.
Yeah.
I would think.
I hate the aesthetic. I
Really?
just don't like the way they look. No.
I like it. It's
Like,
I like the way the Warjacks look, at least.
No, they look fucking goofy.
They look like fucking goofy version of Titans. Look about the same, man.
No.
With the head
No.
in the fucking front and the
No.
fucking hunched
You're-
shoulders,
no.
that castle on his back.
No,
Some Titans, Titans look goofy too.
They,
not as.
I'm not comparing and contrasting.
they're
I'm
in the
just as a
same
side
vein,
note.
bro.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? The War Machines.
I know the game. I don't know if I'm thinking about I don't know if I could point out a piece right now. What about you, Joe? I feel like you don't hate anything. Like I bring up the dumbest shit, and you're like, it's not bad though.
Like I said, because I enjoy things with like Pacific Rim, I watch it just because the visual eye candy. It's like I don't care if a girl is soulless. I'll fuck her.
Yeah, but you're not wifing her.
No, I'm not wifing Pacific Rim either. But I
Kinda
enjoy it.
are.
No,
You're
I
committed.
enjoy it.
You're committed.
I'm committed to liking it.
Yeah, like
I want to watch more of it.
it does look very Titan-esque.
See, motherfucker.
It's not the
the
same
legs of it.
thing. It's not the same thing at all. But I definitely see where the comparison is coming from.
Just because they're robots.
That one, not
just
so
because
much.
they're robots.
No, it's the general shape and like the
The head is on his chest and the way the
Yeah.
arms stick out,
It's way
and there's
exaggerated.
a guy carapace on his back. That's more exaggerated than having a fucking full cathedral on his back,
Yeah, but that's like.
and the legs are also
They
cathedrals.
didn't even make a model for that, Joe. Shut up.
Someone's getting defensive.
I hate the way they look, man. It's
like
stupid.
I mean, I'm not crazy about the way they look.
like Pacific Rim. I would watch more of it.
You know what it is about this? Let me finish. I hate it because in my mind, I'm like, that looks fucking stupid. Oh my God. This is shit that I look that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then I'm dumb to it.
Yes.
I don't think that's the case.
It is the fucking
No.
the fucking Dark Angels, the Brazzers, and a hooded rope over the fucking power armor.
That is dumb. That is
and
dumb.
candles,
That's always been
candles, fucking on his backpack.
It's not as
Come
dumb,
on,
it's
man.
not as dumb as this.
You are.
And I don't like- I
You
don't
are
like-
biased. That shit is
Of
just.
course, I'm biased. It's not this dumb. There is
fucking-
shades of dumb.
Oh, there's definitely shades.
wolf,
of
This
dumb.
is on
wolf
the
pelts on power armor and
That's
skulls
Fucking sexy. That's what that is.
and fucking ruins. Come on. You got to be able to look at your own stuff objectively, even though you like it.
Dude, I know. I'm
So,
saying
like,
that this
I
is much dumber.
So I think this is very much in the same vein as a Titan or the old school dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
But I think that 40K objectively, most of the characters do look cooler than that.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the cool factor. He's saying it's dumb, as in the concept is dumb.
No, I'm
I think
saying
he was talking about
no.
aesthetics.
I'm talking about aesthetics.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I like the way a lot of this, not all of it, but
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff look.
I
Yeah.
hear you.
But then again, aesthetics subjective. But I was saying with the Pacific Rim, like it visually is so stimulating to me. That's why I enjoy it. Just like watching a fight scene or just watching people fight. There's nothing.
I can't
nothing,
get into it. Same thing.
Yeah.
Like kung fu movies and shit. Like as a kid, I could watch it because I just like to see fighting.
Yeah.
And and then you punch your brother as soon as it's over. But like as an adult, like if I can't get into the story, then I can't.
I think it's
I
a
can't
more
be
you specific thing.
Oh,
Would you agree?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So,
But it doesn't change the fact that I don't understand it. Do you know what I mean? Like
right.
'cause
But
I don't-
you can at least you can see the concept of why other people like it.
not why they like it, not why they like the movies. I can see why they like the designs. Like, okay, that's a cool design. I don't think it's necessarily a
hard to
cool
say,
design.
though. Like if you enjoyed watching the movie, like I like the robots fighting. You wouldn't just say I like robots fighting. It's like, yeah, I like the movie. It had robots fighting, right? Like,
Wait,
how are you,
what's the question you're asking me?
You say you don't understand why people like the movie, but I think that's a general sense. I like the movie because of what I saw in it,
I got another one. Pokemon.
dude.
Get that out of here.
See, I'm not anti-Pokemon.
Get it out of
You're
here.
a
Don't
kiss
like it.
Pokemon.
Don't like it.
I like Jigglypuff, man.
It's just the name.
Partially.
Hey,
You can't.
They have some cool looking characters though. Like once again, the show, the movie, all that shit, dumb. But
Joe's about to get triggered.
No, I'm saying like I don't like Pokemon either.
I like I
I
kind
think
of
he's lying. I think he's lying.
there's elements of that world, like the rules of that world and the way that world is set up that I do dig.
Like
like,
what?
like that there are all of these creatures and you can capture them and like use them as your servants to like fight wars for you. Like I think that
They
is a
do
cool.
that. They fight wars.
Yeah.
Well, they fight each other in teams. But that, I mean, that's the problem I
just
have.
a sport.
With, you can't.
Yeah, but not when there's
they
like
hurt-
giant spaceships doing it too. Like
Are there? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And fireballs and shit. But they really hurt each other. But that's the problem. Like you can't like Pokemon and hate dogfighting. It's the same shit.
Right. Yes, I hate Pokemon.
I don't like Pokemon. I like Digimon. Digimon's my shit. They're fighting for a reason. They're fighting to save the digital world or whatever. And they're friends with the Pokemons.
The what?
Uh,
What do they
he
say?
just named that instrument in Australia.
the
They
Didgeridoo.
just really do.
You know what's funny? We both like this. We're gonna get him.
I can't go through a show without saying something fucked up.
But yeah, I mean, I talk fucked up all the time. That's my primary
Like
language.
the whole point of Pokemon is just to capture Pokemon and make them fight each other and be the best at making Pokemons fight. That's the fucking point.
Yeah, I don't like it,
Yeah, I'm not. And I
and I hate that little
and
yellow rabbit.
And and I had questions about the rules. I mean, I asked his kid what the
Pikachu.
rules are because I'm like, there's no animals. It's just Pokemons, right? So people eat Pokemons and Pokemons eat Pokemons unless all Pokemons and all people are vegetarian. Because there are no regular animals.
They're very skinny.
The people. And they're not very
The,
mad.
the Pokemons are not skinny though. And they probably eat each other.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely eat each other.
Yeah, well, they fight each other, but I bet you when the cameras are off,
Because you see them eat sandwiches and stuff. I asked Jaina. She couldn't answer me.
dude. But so like, let me think. I just don't. I like Pokemon. I think the Pokemons look cool.
Mhm.
I think that even some concepts of the world are cool.
Mhm.
I can't get into the show because the show is not aimed for my sensibility. It's aimed
Right.
for 5-year-olds or whatever, and my 10-year-old loves it, which is something else I got to address. But that's not today. That's another day.
Oh, she's not allowed to like it anymore.
No, she's allowed to watch it, but it's
Oh.
just it's definitely like she's definitely more advanced than that show is. You know,
But-
so
Yeah.
But full-grown adults still watch Pokemon.
sure, but there needs to be some balance in her life.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, hold on a second.
looking around at all this shit.
But there is balance in here in terms of sophistication.
No, there's balance in reference to the Force.
Well, there's a balance in the checkbook, probably.
there's not that.
I know a franchise I don't understand. I don't. Yeah,
What's that?
sports balls.
Yeah,
Sports balls?
like sports,
Like how much
organized
money?
sport.
How much money people throw into it? How much
Oh,
passion they
yeah,
have
yeah,
for?
yeah, yeah.
How much passion they have for sports
Dude,
balls?
I get into the point now, and like, don't get
I
me
don't
wrong.
understand it.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I can watch a football game. I watched the World Series and enjoyed it. Like, it was fun. I was like, I can see how people get it. But I get to the point, like, Monday mornings are like dreaded. I just dread it.
that what
Running
we're
from
talking
it. You know, because everybody's got to do
You
the
see the
whole.
game?
Yes, you see the game.
Remember the play?
And then like, there's 50 different conversations going about like who won, who lost, and it
Dude, but
sets
so-and-so
the
scored such and such in 19 such and such. I'm like, oh god. And like I think it's impressive that they can, keep track of all the information and make sense of it all. But I have no interest.
you never get to.
I literally
You
don't
never get
understand
to
it.
judge anybody about anything they do.
So I understand appreciating someone's ability.
That's not the part I don't understand. I don't understand the fanatical loyalty or really supporting of teams because all they're supporting is a logo, literally. Because
Yeah.
the people and owners and everything
Right,
else about it is
changeable.
interchangeable.
Right.
Yeah.
And like they would love this player, and then
some
once
of
he gets
those
traded
logos
out
are
to somebody
racist.
else, then they hate that player. I'm like, I don't, and that I just can't wrap my head
You know,
around
who's,
it.
you know who's the worst when it comes to that shit?
What?
Philly.
Then somebody was talking about Philly fans.
They I think the average if you run into the average Marylander, like you might find out you're probably likely to find an O's fan. You're probably likely to find a Ravens fan. You might
or a Redskins
Redskins.
fan.
you're
Redskins fans
even in the
everywhere.
older generation, you're very likely to find a Redskins fan.
Or a Dallas. Or a Pittsburgh.
There's a reason for that.
I know.
But there's
I know. We don't need to get into it.
but the chances of you finding a Caps fan are less. Is it possible? 100%. But it's far less than finding an O's fan or a Ravens fan. In Philly, I feel like everybody that's born there loves the Sixers, loves the fucking Eagles, loves the fucking
Flyers.
the Flyers, the drivers.
You said that all love. You said that the whole time. All right.
But they are they are fanatic by fanatic standards.
Yeah.
Like look what happened when they won the Super Bowl. Like they the whole town goes nuts. You know, which to me I even like that. Like
Eating shit. Horse shit.
Not-
That's a fact.
Yeah, but-
Somebody's like, do it.
like they had to oil up the street lights and shit. They had to-
Yeah.
because people were climbing. You know,
Yeah.
but what I like about that is like they all come from different neighborhoods, different areas, different socioeconomic backgrounds, races, cultures, colors, creeds, and they put all that shit aside for Philly sports. Like, you know, so I even appreciate that element of it. It's another beach thing. Like, I wish I saw the allure that other people see in it. I just don't. To me, which is bizarre, but it's of much more consequence to me how they defeat Thanos than who wins the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
it's of no consequence to me.
Same. What other fandom is there other than sports balls where people? Because it's a general term because it's not just one thing. It's multiple
What
things.
about pucks, Joe? What about sports pucks?
Sports pucks? No, we just talk about it. No one gives a fuck. No. Curling. What the fucking care about curling? That's a puck, right? It's a giant puck.
You know what sports I fuck with? Poker.
Sport.
It's on ESPN.
That's sort of. I had an argument with my friend that esports aren't real sports. She got real fucking mad at me.
But anyway,
I haven't talked to her since.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit,
Really?
I had to remember to talk to her actually just now. Yeah, really. This was a few months ago. But what other fandom do people get so into their team or whatever it is they're into that they get into physical altercation about it?
Transformers.
Because like no one in the
You
theater
know
is
they
getting
just talk
up.
that shit.
No one in the theater is getting up and fighting.
I don't have a scratch on me.
Wait, two pieces.
Yet.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like-
what if
like
some
sports
what if
fans
some
get violent.
mouth breathing neck beard comes and cleans your clock? You're like, oh shit.
Just puts me in park.
I mean, he just comes up and just
I'm
puts
just-
his fist over your head and goes bonk.
I'm just rolling.
Short
In,
your neck
I'm
by
just
two.
I'm just rolling in neutral down the hallway and just puts me in park.
Oh man.
Yeah, I can't think of any other fandom that does that.
And then they try to lift my mask up and it zaps them. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, like at the same time, I mean, you know, we have Starfire getting fucking death threats and shit.
But no real physical altercation.
Sure, but I mean, there is I'm not.
That's probably internet trolling, right? Everyone death threats everybody
Did
nowadays.
she really get death threats?
Yeah, but I'm saying like
Nah, get out of
yeah,
here.
people are like, but I mean, I don't know if death threats, but people have threatened like oh, you know, just. But I don't think they mean it, but it is the language, like fuck her up, you know, like I don't think.
Congrats.
But it's still a matter of, you know, healthy people, you know, like it's still an unhealthy person, you
Yeah.
know, of some level. But I think that the sports goes a little bit further because most of those people, the event is in real life. You know, it's not in a fictional world. So they're put in a scenario where they can take real action more often.
Okay.
I think the sports just takes our need to fight because we're evil monkeys. I think that's what it is. You want to see your side dominate and kill somebody else.
It's tribal.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, it's definitely tribal.
And it's probably needed so our civilization can prosper. To get all that evil monkey juice out of us.
It's not enough because like, we're not allowed to kill people anymore. That's the problem. Like that's supposed to be for part of like weeding out the population of the weak. Oh, sorry. You guys looking at me real fucked up right now.
No, it's fine.
Let's move on.
I
to the
think
next
about it
question.
daily.
Oh man, I hate when the app crashes. All right, so
He said a part 2 of it.
yeah, his part 2 is how do you guys balance the time for the hobbies, careers, families, home ownership? Do you literally give up sleep or other interests?
We don't.
It's not balanced.
There is no balance.
Yeah, it's to me it's like a constant schedule, you know, to include family time. You know, like the weekends usually belong to my family. You know, and even in that, like my wife might have to go to the fucking grocery store, you know, and she wants to take the kids with her. And she's like, "Do you want to come?" And I'm like, "Do you want me to come?" She's like, "I don't care." Okay, I'm not going to come. You go to the grocery store. I'm going to use that hour and get this one review shot. And then that's something else done. The nerd rage shit is
This right now.
yeah, it's once a week. We schedule it the week before. Shattercast is a little bit more problematic.
You mean Nerd Rage Part 2?
yeah, basically.
What is that?
Because we just don't talk about
Dude,
Transformers
they
anymore.
talk
There's
about-
nothing really
like,
to talk about.
Like
Oh, really?
last week was 20 minutes. This past week maybe 10.
Yeah.
Talking about Transformers.
Oh, really?
It was literally Nerd Week. They were talking about like this. It was like this.
But we talked about
There was the three of them.
the DC EU. For
Who,
a
who was
while.
all on it?
Justin and Robert.
Oh, that's been an interesting show, you, Justin and Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
And then we told dad jokes for like the last the last 20 minutes.
That was I could not stop laughing because you guys were so into it. I was laughing and y'all laughing into the stupid fucking dad jokes.
Some were really good. Like, how come you never see an elephant hiding in trees?
Why?
Because they're so good at it.
It's so dumb you can't not laugh. God damn it.
Um,
You should listen to just the last 10 minutes of the show, man. It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
It's just
So-
him and Robert fucking.
yeah, like because we just don't. There's just nothing to talk about. Like, you know, that shit pisses me off, man. Because like I caught so much shit when towards the beginning of the year, I told people that the well was drying up,
Yeah.
and I got so much shit for that. And
Death
then
threats?
here we are.
Look at me, Mr. Bad Guy.
Here we are 7 months later, and Shattercast is talking about dad jokes because the well is drying up.
Because this is the 5th year.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah. What do you see
Yeah.
for third part in 5 years? It's done. And
Yeah,
done in 5
it's
years.
legends and movie shit. You know, that's
Shit
what
you
it
don't
is.
care about.
Yeah. It's just it's tough. Like it's tough. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's drawing, job, family time, parental responsibilities, podcasting, reviews. It's a lot. It's a lot. I still don't feel like I get enough done. And I could still do a lot more if I had 8 more hours in each day. If it was a 32-hour day instead of a 24-hour day.
Yeah, like when people say, like, oh, I can't imagine not working. I would be bored. I'm thinking, like, you have a fucking boring life. If I didn't work, I would still be busy all day, every day.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too. So my Monday through Friday is like I get up at 2 in the morning and I get home at 2 in the afternoon. So it's like 12 hours there. And recently, man, it's like the one thing that's been lessened is sleep. I've been fucking horrible with my sleep hygiene here recently. I don't know, man. I think I go in spells of balancing it. And so, I mean, the hobby stuff for me, twice a month, I have some guys over for game day, and that's it. Every once in a while, it's every other weekend, right? And I go through spells with the painting where I'll squeeze some hours into painting here and there. That's it, man. I don't have time to watch TV that often. Like recently, I've watched that Paradise PD. It's like I'm laying in bed, getting ready to take a nap, and I'll catch an episode. And then I get sleepy, I'll turn it off, and then and I can't get through fucking whatchamacallit. So yeah, dude, it gets tough, man. I do remember. It seemed I seem to remember thinking when my kids were younger that I'm gonna have more free time when they get older, and that is not what happens.
Because they have more activities.
They do. So like I remember just being able to like turn on a movie and like leave the room, or they could go outside and play and it'd be good to go. And now it's like drama. I got piano. I got chorus or choir or whatever the fuck it is. I got baseball. I got lacrosse. We've had soccer. We've had this, that, and the third. So it just gets difficult.
I think that
Play dates.
like I don't know that it's fucking trying for me anyway. Like it's trying to try to get everything done. And I've been in a slump recently where I don't want to do nothing, but I don't want to start anything, and I like just spin my wheels, like trying to figure out what to do because I don't want to start something new.
You know what I do when that happens? I
Huh.
have the exact same thing. I fucking clean.
Yeah.
And I've been like my basement right now is getting clean. I'm pulling up all my paints. I'm putting up shelves. I'm reorganizing all my shit. And it's been rewarding because I come down to that space and like I feel like I can do something.
Mm-hmm.
But like cleaning,
Yeah,
just cleaning the shit.
I actually like just cleaned up down here recently. I don't know if you could tell, but like I just cleaned up down here recently because I didn't know what else to do, and I don't like I want to start this Hoth diorama. I got like a good idea, but I don't feel like I feel like initiating phase 2 of it.
Is it going to be in a hanger?
Hoth? No, it's gonna be it's not gonna be anything specific. It's gonna be like some nods to a couple elements because it's for a little shelf.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to start anything. But I don't want to sit there and do nothing either. So like I just fucking, and then I end up getting depressed.
Yeah.
You know,
I
end up
get
getting,
that.
I get in a fucking slump because I don't have anything to do. It's how all this started. Because my wife and I used to sit there and I used to be like, "What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?"
It don't start again.
Yeah. And eventually I told her, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna do stuff, and then if you want to do something, you know, we'll work it in. But I can't sit here and say, "What do you want to do?" I got to do something. And I started drawing, and you know, but
the one thing like finding some activities that like I start running and then that feels good for a while, but then I overdo it. And I'm doing
physical activity with you. You're like to have the personality to overdo it.
Every time, man. I cannot fucking like
that. You need more balance with because it's
dude.
not good for the health or the making progress.
So I had a physical here recently. This is a story, and like they were like looking at your chart, whatever. Like what? Like, well, you still running? And like, I mean, no, not really. It's like, wow, you run like 50, 60 miles a month. And I was like, God damn it, I was running that. Like I remember I go out and do like a 3 mile run, and then I compete with like Robert D.
Yeah.
And Robert D was like, I'm like, fuck, he's fucking biking. He's at 1,000 calories. I go back out and run another 3 miles to try to catch up with him, like a fiend. And now it's like I don't even want to do it. So
I don't know how you guys do it. I don't have 3 kids.
You never understand.
And I have no fucking balance in my life. I can't. As a point of stress for me. Like I think it's just become so slow at doing everything. So I other than work, sometimes I work a whole lot, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have 3 days off. And I work out like 10 hours a week, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the time that I have left, like I feel like I get nothing done. I feel like you guys get so much done, and I don't get half of what you guys get done.
Don't be jelly, bro.
I get real frustrated.
Like getting it,
I get so frustrated at myself. Like, why am I not fucking getting stuff done?
You fucking suck.
But what is it you want to get done?
Just my hobbies. And I've cut down on them. Like you said, I'm not starting drawing again. I don't need to start any more shit. I have a lot of interests, but I've cut them down. But I'm still not fucking getting shit done. I don't know. It stresses me out.
And real quick, that's another problem that I have is like, it's easy for me to get something done and then start something else. But it's hard for me to just start something fresh off the cuff. Yeah. Like, I need the accomplishment of finishing something. Yeah. And once I have that, it drives me to start the next thing.
Yeah.
But if I finish something at 8 o'clock at night, I don't have time to start the next thing. So starting the next thing becomes an issue for me.
That's one thing about the painting that feels good because you have that completed. Like you get that dope. Like this is done, and I get to walk over and put it on the shelf, turn the light on, take a couple pictures, put it on Instagram, and I'm done.
It's the drawing thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yep.
It's reviewing a figure and then putting it on the shelf.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
But it's that, we're putting that last piece of the diorama and putting the figures in the diorama.
Yep.
Like it's all of that. It all creates that same exact thing.
It's that dopamine drip, man.
But it's starting it.
Mm-hmm.
If I got something going on, I can't let off. I'm like a pit bull. I'm on its throat. I won't let off until it's done. And then once it's done, I mean, I was working on that fucking drawing upstairs when you guys came in and worked on it until I could put the baby to lunch and then to bed. That's but
get to lunch, baby.
Yeah, get your ass to lunch. Panicin. But in terms of like getting to that piece and starting that piece took me a while because like a blank canvas, like both figuratively and literally, is very intimidating to me.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm not getting. I'm not completing any fucking thing. I have so many things started.
What are you working on right now?
40K. I've been working on 40K stuff for a fucking year. Since 8th Ed came out, I've been working
See,
on
I think-
40K
I
stuff,
think
and
you-
I have nothing fucking really done.
I think you bite off. That's not true. I think you bite off more than you can
I
chew.
do. My projects are
general.
always
Yeah.
project is always huge and ambitious, and I don't get it done because it's too big and too ambitious.
I mean, dude,
but
I
if it's not, then I don't want to do it. If it's just, I don't want to fucking
I
have.
have 40 dreadnoughts of yours.
I know.
40.
I built all those, but
I know.
but since they're not done, I don't feel like I got anything done.
Now you got a lot done. Got a lot
I know,
done.
but there's no completion there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from
You know-
you
you know-
saying, Bobby. Because
yeah,
like
it-
the completing is it probably made me feel better when I can start putting shit on the shelf.
Yeah.
You know what made me feel better about like my 40K Space Wolves?
Mhm.
All the shit that wasn't complete, I sold it. And then I sold some other shit that wasn't complete, and I sold it. And it's like a less burden. And I'm going, and like, I do have a lot of shit that I bought recently. I probably got like, 40 guys to paint. But like I'm batching them, so like I can literally have those guys done in like a month.
But you're also much faster than me.
I hear you, but I mean, but I think like you're buying like 5 tactical squads at once and building 50 guys.
Yeah.
And I think
Because I want an army at the end. So like I see the whole big picture at the end, and then I'm like,
you're
starting
trying to
think
eat
of
the
something.
elephant with one bite, Joe. You need to chop that motherfucker up.
I'll work on it.
Oh, I read a Punisher book this week, volume 2 of that 3-part story.
How is
Yeah.
it?
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's not bad, at least.
No, to be fair, I don't think a lot of his books are bad.
Mm.
I just don't feel like I feel like how many times can we do this? With no real.
I mean, you can say that about a lot of characters, though, right?
Which
How many crimes can you solve over?
who are you speaking on?
I don't know, CSI, whatever.
Oh, well then.
No, I'm just saying, like, Batman. How many times can
See,
you
that's
fight?
where I
how many
thought
ti-
you were going.
How many times can you fight Joker, man?
But it's not the Joker fight. Yeah,
I had a question.
it's
Go-
not
go
the
ahead.
Joker fight though. You know what I mean? Like any book that I truly love over there in that Batman shelf has nothing to do with the fight. It has to do with the little things along the way that make huge impacts to that character.
Mm.
That's what I love about it. The fighting, I could take or leave, honestly.
I don't mean like the literal like hand-to-hand combat fighting. I mean like the
Well-
the cop's obstacle or the completion or the,
Sure,
the
but-
goal of putting him away again.
Sometimes the goal of the book is not the takeaway for me. Like it's those little like Identity Crisis, that book I let you hold.
Yeah.
Like for me, one of those moments it has nothing to do with the overall story of it, but it's Batman not being able to get Tim Drake to his father to save him.
Yeah.
Like this is an instance where kind of figuratively Batman can save his father from death and he still can't fucking do it. It's like it's that failure and the impact that will have on him from then on out that I find interesting, that attracts me to it and everything else. Why I think the material is great, but it's not just defeating Dr. Light.
It's a
or
journey.
whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, my question was, you guys were talking about, Batman have plans for everything and
Contingency.
the contingencies, and he planned everything 50 moves ahead, and
Mm-hmm.
he can beat anyone in Justice League regardless of what kind of superpowers they have.
In go.
Go?
No, don't have him. The MGO stands coming for me next. No, INGO.
But it doesn't make sense to me then
And Bingo was
when-
his name. Oh.
when he's that good that like he's the shadow puppet of the Justice League. He actually runs everything and he can beat anybody. Why the fuck can he keep a guy in prison or in jail? Shouldn't he see 50 moves ahead of like why he
Yeah,
could keep
yeah.
someone not fucking escaping for the 50th
you
time?
can't rationalize a force of natural chaos.
But
But Superman's a god, but he can still, take it. I'm just saying, he's supposed to be so good that nothing can beat him if he had preparation. Shouldn't he have prepared after the same guy escaped like 50 times?
That's what makes it Joker interesting. It's the
But it's not just the
unstoppable-
Joker, it's everybody.
It's the unstoppable force against the immovable
it's
object.
not just the Joker.
Who's gotten locked up and stayed locked up for good?
Akon.
Locked up.
But I mean, I'm not trying to shit on Batman. I'm not.
Yeah, no,
I'm just-
no. I know,
I'm just
I know
trying
what
to
you mean.
ration thing out.
That sort of stuff I chalk up to. So on one side of it, is that he knows that jail system is flawed. He knows it, but he has to. He has no choice. He's left himself no outs because it's the things that define him that just make him who he is.
He has the money to
to do
build
what?
a new jail. That's better.
Yeah, but would that jail do it any better?
But
But what really-
Batman should be able to do anything, right? If
But-
he has preparation
But,
and
but
money.
Joe, what really is spiral power?
Dude, it's fucking. It's a desire to procreate.
No, it's right before.
That's why I don't have any.
No, spiral power?
Yeah, it's fiber.
No, you're wrong. Spiral power is right after you say, it's treason then. And then you do a spiral jump. And you kill 3 out, and then you kill 3 out of 4 Jedi. Give me three guys. You want the best guys? No, just 3 guys. So,
But yeah, I feel like bringing this up is not, it's nerd rage stuff. So I can, bring up comic book.
It's fine.
Topic.
It's fine.
yeah, and are you old and soft and trash? Can you not watch the end of A New Hope without shedding a tear? Looking at your child's eyes, does it make you contemplate your own youth and want to have a quiet moment under the table with just your fingers in your mouth while you cry? Try Tear Drought. Made for those men 35 years and older who can't keep control of their emotions and want to have a nice little cry from time to time. You've become old, you've become soft, and you've become trash. But with Tear Drought, you can be young, hard, and fresh. Tear Drought from Galoob.
Nice.
Results by Barry.
So yeah, I don't know. Let's go on to the next thing. But it's I also chalk it up to like I want to see these characters continue
Yeah.
to fight. So I gotta. So we have
So
to have
yeah,
some
we're not,
sort of
not complaining about getting to see them again. Obviously.
McCarthy. What is it called? Or when you have like a Eddie out or whatever to fucking get the job done. Ruby says, just thoughts. The WBDC nightmare disaster. Is it making you guys say what the fuck and losing hope? I know you guys love the DC and what these characters have done right and justice. Seriously. Yeah, I think we've all gotten there. I think.
I mean, I still have hope out for Aquaman. It's probably just gonna be fine.
Yeah, I think
It'll probably be better than BVS. Nah, let's go to Superman.
I mean, but where is it going from there on out after that?
I don't know. I
Where,
think
that's the
where do we
question.
all go from here? Now that all of our children are growing up.
where do we go from here now that all of the I think that I think that most of us are at a point with it where we're ready to either have a full blown commitment or start over because it's just the Jenga tower seems like it's one brick away from collapsing.
So is Cavill, whatever his name is?
It's
Cavell.
Cavell.
No, it's Cavill.
Cavill. Is he
Rhymes
out?
with travel.
Is he out?
Somebody just told me that recently. It's still wishy washy.
Damn.
It
And is Ben Affleck out now?
also wishy washy.
Damn.
So like I just think that
Yeah, just
start
whatever.
over. Like just start over.
But the problem is, like, you start over, but then if you want to keep some people, then it's gonna be confusing for the average person. Like, if you keep Wonder
Starting
Woman, and
over,
Aquaman,
farting in my Range Rover. I think that but who do you really want to keep? I would like to keep Henry Cavill. I would like to keep.
I mean, we're talking about we don't know. So like him and Affleck is assuming they're gone.
Actually, let's have that discussion.
Okay.
No.
Who do you keep? We're starting over.
Assuming Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
I mean, you
We're
basically
you can keep whoever you want.
Yeah, those two I assume most people would want to keep.
Okay,
Wonder
I'm
Woman,
asking you.
Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, Cavill.
Eisenberg.
Get the fuck out there.
I mean, I'm good with that.
So I would want to
Gordon, Skinner.
keep Leonard.
Yeah.
I would want to keep Cavill,
Mm-hmm.
Gal Gadot,
Mm-hmm.
Cyborg,
Mm-hmm.
Harley.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about her.
Oh yeah, same.
That's probably it.
Oh, Croc.
You don't want depending on how good this
Boomerang. I'll keep Boomerang.
Boomerang. Yeah, that guy was good.
The lady from Suicide Squad.
Katana.
No.
No,
Oh,
the leader lady,
Yeah.
yeah.
the government lady.
Walsh.
Yeah.
Waller.
Waller.
Yeah.
There it is.
That would be my 5.
I'm surprised you didn't say Aquaman because how much are you looking forward to this movie?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with him. It's just that
Okay.
it's just that it looks good. It looks like if you were to have me spill my thoughts out into a trailer, what it should look like for an Aquaman movie, it would be that, bar the goat scene. But I'll take it. The goat scene. It's too much. Redheads, am I right? Am I right? Like, come on, man.
So
Would
the
you look at it?
so the question is, you keep those
Aqua bro.
do you keep those actors and their characters intact and
See,
reboot?
see, that's the
question.
problem. That's the problem. I don't think you can keep it. I think you have to scrap it all.
Yeah, you gotta keep
You
everything.
just
or
change
scrap
the
it all.
actor. You change it. People will be fine. It's happened before. It'll happen again.
You mean keep it in that universe?
Yeah.
And change? I don't
The
know.
universe
I
is
don't,
so
but see,
fucked
I
right
don't
now,
know if
right?
I want to keep it in that universe because I don't know. I don't even think I want Batman at that age.
I definitely don't want Affleck.
Transformer it. This Batman comes in 10 years younger.
But
Nobody cares.
but I would prefer that not be
Nobody
the case.
cares.
I would prefer that.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I would rather
At this point in my life, I don't got another 20 years wait for this shit to be done right. We're not taking it back to formula. Let's just keep on going. All right?
They should have just kept on with the Nolan verse, man.
I don't think so. I don't think
I think
Superman
they
would have
should've.
worked well in the Nolan verse.
To as far as I was concerned, Man of Steel was in the Nolan verse. You know, so I would have been good with it.
Maybe.
Um,
I talked to somebody about that Dark Knight Rises, and he fucking hates it. Like, fucking hates it. And hated it, like, right after he saw it. He brought up some good points, but I think I need to go back and watch all three of those movies. He watched it in IMAX when it came out, like, all three of them in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was like, man, that's interesting. I've never watched them back to back to back. Maybe we should do it. Have we never done a marathon for that? Have we?
I'd be down for it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. All right, next question.
Vinny, what's up, Vinny? Are you a flyer, driver, biker, or you just like to go for a walk? Okay, for real this time. If you had to pick a go-to sandwich, what would it be?
Ooh, simple.
Really? It's simple. It's so many choices. There's so many different kinds of sandwiches. There's cold cuts, there's hot sandwiches, burgers.
Go for it.
No, now burger is not a sandwich.
Is this two fucking bread with meat in the middle?
No. This is
It's a sandwich.
It's a burger sandwich.
no, it's a burger.
A hamburger sandwich.
You go to menu.
On the
and
menu,
you look
it
at
says
sandwich.
sandwich.
No, you go to most
Sometimes
menus. You go to
they-
sandwich,
Yes.
and then there's a burger section on different
Not
pages.
always.
Sometimes, not
Sometimes
always.
burgers in the sandwich section. Also, if you go to like McDonald's, it says sandwich.
No,
A fish fillet sandwich.
get out of here.
But it still doesn't affect my opinion.
So it's going to be a club sandwich.
Turkey?
Yeah, turkey. You can have
Okay.
ham too.
No,
All
I'm
right?
saying but a turkey club.
Yeah. But what was the other options?
There are other club sandwiches.
Really? Get the
yeah.
fuck outta
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's bacon.
Okay.
I like onion cheese on it. Mayonnaise. A little bit of mustard. Not too much mustard. Just a little bit.
What kind?
And I
Yellow?
like avocado. Avocado slices or guacamole on my bacon club. Onion cheese.
Dude, that onion cheese
Clubhouse.
is a
Yeah,
shit.
it's fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing. And even Bobby, he doesn't like guacamole in a sandwich. Had a bite of that sandwich one time. He's like, "That's a damn good sandwich."
Well, I don't think guacamole. I don't, to be fair, I don't dislike guacamole. I just don't think it makes much of a difference. Like
Sandwich. I know I'm gonna have when I go home today.
put the ham on the sandwich. Put the hand on the sandwich. Put your hand on the sandwich. Eat the sandwich. Put your hands on the hand on the sandwich.
Pan make me a sandwich.
Get Pan to make her hands. Put her hands on the sandwich. Make Pan put the ham in the hands on the sandwich.
PB&J part 2.
Mine's also a turkey club. Yeah, and it's I'm a firm believer in it's turkey and Swiss and mayonnaise on the bottom, and a BLT on top.
Cut in 4 pieces.
No, I'm actually a 2-piece
Triangle.
guy. Yeah.
Now, do you like that club sandwich is so big you can barely get your mouth around it, so to speak?
So like I take pride, like my turkey clubs are like a big.
Yeah.
Like I take pride in my turkey club. Like I've perfected the ratio.
Yeah.
You didn't have any at Skullfest.
Yeah, because I don't do the cooking, and it's a lot. It's a lot to prepare. Because I make it like if you come over for a turkey club, like I present to you the sandwich. Like you don't make it; it's already cut up.
Present the sandwich.
Present the sandwich, my hands on the sandwich. Get Pan to bring the hand, put the fans on the sandwich. Feed them to the fans. All the fans are the fans of the sandwich.
The Swiss is the bliss. Can't miss the Swiss.
I've never had to put in my appointment schedule.
You know what?
Get Pam to bring the ham to put her hands on the sandwich, then feed it to my fans. All my fans are a fan of the sandwich. It's fucking crazy.
All right, next time we come over, I'll bring the onion cheese and my bread, and you can make sandwiches.
I can't make it with your onion cheese. I can't.
You just instead of putting the Swiss, you put onion cheese.
Yeah, you gotta make it. You gotta make it yourself. Mine's like
dude, are you serious,
mine's a
man?
thing.
got a
It's a
specific
thing.
sandwich.
Dude, no, stop.
It's a thing.
Stop.
It's a thing.
No, it is a thing.
So
But you can fucking put.
No. So
the
so
Swiss-
I
the-
cook it. So I'll have all the ingredients, and you can make your own.
I don't want it. And I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear about your song anymore either.
I need to schedule a fucking sandwich appointment at Bobby's.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But anyway, it is a big fucking sandwich. And I don't know why now when I say sandwich I want to keep going with it. But it is it's one of those sandwiches where
Stopping this right now. Stop this right now. Hey guys, feeling unfresh down there? Do your armpits emulate? I can't. I got nothing, man. Let's do something nerd out.
you're like
Are you a stinky fatty on a bell curve?
What's your ratio for stinky fatty or fatty stinky?
so but my sandwich is
Deluge deodorant.
it is like a when you eat it, that's you're gonna be full. Like you don't need any sides per se. You don't need, like you're done. You might not finish the sandwich.
Dude, Silver Diner, no bullshit, has got a fucking rockin' club sandwich.
I can believe it.
No bullshit. Now, do you do 3 pieces of bread or 2?
Oh yeah,
3.
yeah.
That's
That's what makes
three.
it a club.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Calm down, relax.
But I also can make it in like if if I have it up to me, like the pristine, I get the honey baked ham turkey, and
That becomes good.
and I can also put it I can make it in a sub like a baguette, and in that way. But it's just a beast. It's a beast.
You make it sound awesome. You've been talking about it for like.
You know what else is a beast that I make? Almost from scratch is I can make it from scratch. I just rarely have the time. is calzones. Like I make calzones, and they're fucking quite good. Well, actually they're technically strombolis, but I like to be like I like to pump everybody up.
Which one is the pizza folded in half? Which one's the one that's closed in?
Stromboli is the one pizza folded in half, which is
Okay.
basically what it is. But I just like to say to everybody, who's ready to get in the zone?
The cows.
The stromboli is like folded,
Yeah,
right?
Oh, yeah,
like an
I mean,
envelope.
yeah.
Like a piece of paper
and
before it goes in an envelope.
and the calzone doesn't have the sauce
It's
in
a
it.
bucket.
Usually.
Oh, yeah. You
It's like a bag.
You dip it.
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. What's your
When I
sandwich?
really want a sandwich, I go to Jersey Mike's. I get a 9 and a 13. I take the piece of bread on the bottom off of both, and I put them together into one giant sandwich. The bread is really good, so I eat the bread by itself. But it's a Italian sandwich with all the fucking meats, and club
Gabagool.
sandwich with roast beef and what?
Gabagool.
and bacon. So like it becomes like one giant fucking sandwich.
I got you.
That's good.
Rob, how do you see the MCU shaping up over the next 10 years? Where do you see MCU in 10 years?
Oh shit! Jinx, this gonna be
ruling the-
over.
ruling
It's gonna
the
be
world.
fucked.
What would each of your choices be for the next overarching big bad? Should there be phases?
Galactus.
I know Bobby prefers the slow burn approach, especially with introducing new characters, but a lot of new properties that Disney has acquired, X-Men and Fantastic Four, don't necessarily have characters that can hold their own in a standalone movie.
I
With the
disagree.
exception of Wolverine, I disagree as well. I'm worried that a lot of the team movies might just end up turning into bad guy of the week type affairs, so to speak. Well, I think that's a problem
yeah.
that Marvel's having currently.
Yeah, I agree.
With the exception of Loki and Thanos,
And Loki's been almost good for the last 2 movies.
we see that differently. But-
Almost good.
but-
Almost.
okay, I'll go with that because it means he's bad. So here's
Some would say he's an anti-hero.
But I think that the next overarching villain should probably be Galactus. And I think that with them moving into the cosmic phase with, well, maybe with Guardians, maybe without, but with Captain Marvel and such, you can introduce Silver Surfer, you can introduce Fantastic Four, and you can go that route, and then maybe start bringing some mutants in along the way, and have maybe the mutants be more of a phase.
The problem with that is that just like literal physical size. I know he can shrink down, but I don't know. Just like how the California Raisin Man is a problem because it was so big.
I'm sorry.
The
Dormammu.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the real California raisins. I was like, there was another problem. They were funky for one. They had soul.
Hey, what do we know about Galactus?
He's a last being from the previous universe. And
Is that right? I think that's correct.
I thought so.
I remember in Ultimates, he like it was the reason why we hadn't been able to make contact with any other like species or whatever alien species.
But that's a really different universe.
Because right before you're about to be able to go intergalactic in your capabilities, he would wipe out the system.
And the Ultimates, yeah.
All right.
And I mean, they showed a giant, which is Celestial, in a flashback in the original Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like, it's cool, it's impressive, but how do you fight that and make it interesting?
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a problem.
I think they should play it. I think they should play it straight.
All right, here you go. Galactus is a fictional character. We know that. Formerly a mortal man, Galactus is a cosmic entity who originally consumed planets to sustain his life force and serves as a functional role to upkeep the primary Marvel continuity. All right, let's get to his origins. Yeah, because I think you're right, but I think he's changed over time.
And I don't need change over time is a problem.
I don't need the next overarching story to be 3 phases.
Okay.
You know, like
I mean, everyone already has the backstory.
All
and
right.
stuff.
The first and oldest living entity in the universe, Galactus was created during the union of the Sentinels of the previous universe and Galen of Theia, as described the physical metaphors embodiment of the cosmos. Although not an abstract, non-corporeal being, Galactus is a living force of nature set to correcting the imbalance between the conceptual entities, eternity and death. His true form cannot be perceived by most beings. Each species sees Galactus as a form that they can comprehend, similar to the race of deity of the religion. Galactus has also appeared as a humanoid star when addressing fellow members of the cosmic hierarchy. That's kind of cool because
But human beings see it as a buckethead.
Yeah.
every time,
Dude,
every word.
that is a derogatory term in some circles, buddy.
Buckethead?
So calm down.
Every word you say, all I want to do is make Eminem verses. I was like, as soon as you said metaphysical, I was like, metaphysical, physical. Don't look at me quizzical. I'll shit in the snow, turned into a shitsicle.
Galactus utilizes cosmic energy known as the power cosmic to perform feats which include universal cosmic awareness, telepathy, telekinesis, energy projection, size alteration, transmutation of matter, teleportation of objects across space, creation of force fields, interdimensional portals, creation of life, resurrection, manipulating souls, memories, and emotions, and mass-scale events such as recreating dead worlds in every detail, including illusions of their entire population and destroying multiple solar systems simultaneously.
It's hard to portray in the movie.
That would be no. It's cool. Galactus also employs incredible advanced science capabilities, producing objects such as the Punisher robots, the Ultimate Nullifier, a weapon, a weapon.
Oh, that used against him.
A nuclear vessel, a weapon capable of destroying and remaking the multiverse. Oh, I didn't know that's what it did.
But like they had to power down Thanos' glove versus the comic.
Yeah. But I think you can power him down a bit. But like I think like going like big Galactus, I don't think it's a bad move. And if you have because you can shoot a guy in a suit, and then you can like have him just be bigger. And like
then you have to have heroes flying around him and shooting beams at him.
Yes, but it won't look digital because everything will be real. Do you know what I mean? Like it'll probably look realer than Thanos.
Maybe. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean yes. No, I'm not saying. I don't think that's the problem. The problem is making the combat interesting instead of just like a spaceship fight. Because it's what's going to end up to be. It's like this guy, and then you're flying around shooting beams at him.
Yeah, but I mean you get him with the nullifier, right?
Oh, which shrinks him down, and then okay.
I think that's the way to go. I think Galactus is the way to go, and you can feed in that the fact that
Galactus rip you apart, pick you with a cactus, pick you up, slam you down to the mattress.
Whoa! Oh, that's turn the corner there.
Because you can do that. He was woken up or whatever by the snap of Thanos.
Oh, because
then turn you down like a fat chick wearing a black dress.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. We gotta wrap this up. I got a club sandwich and something else going on here soon.
But yeah, now you could do it over 5 years. It doesn't have to be a big 10-year arc anymore, I don't think. And
what about you having parallel arcs going on in other films?
Yeah, I'm good.
So
with
like
that.
a primary, Avengers arc, and then you have a X-Men arc, and other character arc, and then maybe again in 10 years you have your giant one
Yeah,
all
I'm
coming
good
together.
with that too.
You know,
Makes sense.
I mean, I guess that's kind of what they did, but I felt like they were more like dominoes. Like, you know, this one has to happen, then this one has to happen. What if you actually have them going on at the same time?
It's gonna be a problem with more and more characters that you add to balance it in the final film. To have like 200 characters on screen,
Could we have a Marvel film a month?
it's too much.
I think it's,
I don't
I
want
think
it.
it's too much.
What now? Because I've been feeling the burnout. I've been talking about the burnout now for almost like 6-7 months.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think, and the fact that I can't finish Iron Fist, like this is it. This is what the burnout is. You're here. You've arrived. You know.
But it's also because
Crispy.
how shitty it is.
I think it could be burnout mainly because it could be too much going on before you get to another thing. Like I think there is a balance to strike with it. I think they can do more than 3 a year. I think they could do 4 a year, 1 a quarter. Like I'd be good with that.
Or what about one every 2 months, 6 a year?
The problem with that is
I'm asking.
can they do it? Probably, but do they want? I don't
More
know.
money? Yes.
But that's
The
what I'm saying.
answer is yes.
But that's what I'm saying is it? At what point are they competing against themselves?
Yeah, like I'm not
I
gonna
don't
watch
know.
this because I want to watch that.
What's the average? But see, I think that people are going to go see it. What's the average lifespan of a movie goes in the theater? Like, Infinity War just came out of the theater. When did that come out?
May.
So May, June, July, August, September. So 4 months, and that was probably an extended showing, correct?
That sounds long, and I mean when you start going to like $1 theaters and shit like that, it's not really.
Agreed.
It's not
Agreed.
even profitable really.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't think they need to do all that much more. I just think what they can do now with Silver Surfer and X-Men and Fantastic Four. And Fantastic Four just came back in the comics, and the fucking like their kids are teenagers now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking cool.
I kind of want to read that.
That's fucking
Dude.
cool.
Dude, all right, so just because I look at numbers, Black Panther's number 3 of all time sales. Avengers Infinity War is number 4. It made 22 million less. But guess what's number 9? Right behind The Last Jedi. Incredibles 2. Did not see that coming.
Yeah.
People are
Did not see
looking
that
forward to
coming.
that movie. I want to watch it.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Dude, Jurassic World is 23.
Black Panther just beat out Last Jedi for most DVD sales sold in 2018.
Really?
Yeah, like
Wow.
this week.
Last Jedi is number 8. Dude, Titanic's still number 5. Force Awakens is number 1, bro. This is for domestics.
Yeah.
It's crazy. $936 million. Fucking nuts. Nuts. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's next?
Let's see. Esteban says, last episode you guys talked about how you like short stories from a fiction as long as it's stated on the cover or title of the book. Have you guys checked out From a Certain Point of View? It's an entire book of short stories from background characters in Star Wars.
What do you mean, from a certain point of view?
Yes. It's pretty good. There's some parts where you feel you've had enough of some people while reading it. I thought we would never leave the planet Tatooine. That's how I feel in the films. It's enjoyable, though. One of the things I really enjoy is how the stormtroopers were given backstories and personalities similar to the way the clones were in the animated series. Have an awesome week. I have not read it. I've read Tales from the Cantina, Tales of the Bounty Hunters, and Tales from Jabba's Palace, and enjoyed all those.
And Tales from the Crypt.
And Tales from the Crypt.
I
And
like that
Tales from
show.
the Hood.
Yes, but
Oh, I
not
like that movie too.
but not American Tale.
You never
Not
seen
American.
that still?
No,
No, we went.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Tales from the Crypt Keeper, which is a Saturday
Dude,
morning
somebody
cartoon.
said that we should watch The Last Dragon.
Oh,
Yes,
that's a
yes,
good
yes.
one. That's do
yeah,
a commentary.
I'm
up for-
down.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
down.
yeah. We just got to get together to do it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things
There's
we should
always
do.
that.
But
You know what's going to have to be? It's going to have to be a holiday for me, man.
And we
Well,
have
coming
to
up. How
organize.
about Columbus Day?
I don't know if I'm off.
I mean,
does Columbus still have a day?
listen,
I thought it was
Neil
Indigenous
Neil
people.
deGrasse Tyson said
Oh,
Columbus going to America was the most important thing that happened in human history.
And
No,
I try not to discredit the Italian people for getting it done.
I thought it was Spanish.
No, he did it for Spain.
It's on
It
the
was a thing.
8th of October, Monday the 8th.
I'm off. I'm off.
Nothing says Columbus Day like The Last Dragon.
That's true.
I'm doing the calculations in my head.
And then Paul C, to close it out, says, in your opinion, which was a better retcon to cover up, explain the sins of the past? Rogue One or Green Lantern Rebirth? In my head, these are the best examples where a new story explains and justifies some jarring plot contrivances. Do you agree, or are there some that are even better?
I think Rebirth is fucking amazing.
I think Rebirth is better also, but I think that mainly because I think that the task it had to
Calm down. Hold on a second. All right.
I think it's more impressive also, but I also think that its undertaking was larger.
Oh yeah.
So like for them to do it, I think Rebirth is one of the most impressive kind of retcons ever. I think all of Jeff Johns' run on Green Lantern in total is some of the best retcons.
It's kind of fucked up how they did Hal Jordan for a while. If you think about it,
when it was the Parallax,
and then he was the fucking the Spirit, the Spectre.
Oh, the Spectre, yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, but I think that like really the only thing that Rogue One had to retcon was why they would have this shatter point. And they did it just fine. And but it's not really that big of an undertaking to fix. Whereas the Green Lantern shit, I mean, even the fucking goofy saying they ended up turning into something epic.
It's funny. We're talking about Burt Reynolds and my father-in-law. They're like, we should watch Smoking the Bandit. He's like, you don't want to go back and watch it. Really? But I remember like as a kid loving that shit.
Yeah. I watched it.
He's like, listen. Certain movies have like a 5-year shelf life. Like I'm aware, Rick. He's like, and then you go back and you're like, oh, this is so bad. And I wonder what it's going to be for the next generation of Star Wars, because we've gone back. Star Wars, like think about it, like every 10 years, something's been happening with Star Wars since its creation. Either it's getting an updated release, or they're digitally remastering it, or fixing the special effects, or adding new special effects.
First 10. I mean, I guess they gave it a sound, like they did the THX
from 77 to 87. So, but even being able to release it to home video, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I
mean, it was out on home video before then.
No, but I'm saying like that was one of the first generations of films that was. It's always been being refreshed somehow. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny you say that, because I was just recently having a conversation with someone, and I was saying how
no, you weren't.
That there's this. I was talking. I wasn't walking. I was stalking the park, and I was saying how one of the problems with the prequels, and it's also one of the problems with the original trilogy, is George Lucas's fascination with forwarding special effects.
Yeah, over and over again.
But now that we don't have that force, is that a missing component to the new film?
It might be. It might be
that we don't have somebody saying "fuck story," like in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, let's just see what we can do, to get this like 4-armed lizard to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I wonder how much of an important component that is to the fabric of Star Wars, kind of
shit.
In spite of criticism.
Yeah.
I have to roll soon.
See, with no news.
I know. Yeah. Fuck the news.
Yeah, we got the questions done though.
Yeah.
That was all the question. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're past the 2-hour mark.
I think you have a valid point with that. I want, when my brother comes down, I want you two to have a Star Wars conversation.
Okay.
I don't even want to be there.
Okay.
I just want to listen to it.
Record it.
Send them over.
Yeah.
Patreon.
Yeah. Keep
So
us balanced.
are we good with no news
fake
today?
Adam.
Can we do no news?
I think so. I can look through real quick and just see if there's anything
I think we should go newsless.
noteworthy. I don't think. The Joaquin Phoenix pictures.
Joaquin
Joaquin Phoenix.
Hakeem the Machine.
My buddy had a dog named Hakeem. I think that's why. What do you think?
I think it looks good. I like his skinniness, and you know what? He's such an actor that I think he's gonna do a good job.
Well, also the Tyler pointed out to me, like in the pictures, if you look on the back, it's the Ha Ha Comedy Club.
Yeah, and then the amusement Mile or some shit.
Oh yeah.
So there's a video.
I think that there's. I think
there's potential.
I think there is potential.
Yeah. I'm actually low key excited. I don't want to get too excited, but I think he's one of those guys that he's such a fucking acting snob that it'll probably be good.
I don't think it's a bad idea, and I don't know. Be honest with you, I don't think that there's anything more really interesting to talk about this week.
I feel bad for Phil putting all that work to put in the
Just
notes.
say some stuff for later. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Be all right. And with that said, you guys be kind and treat each other well,
And rewind.
and try to understand where the other one's coming from. Seek to understand before being understood.
Ooh.
Wait, no
Dude,
shout outs though?
You're deep. Oh yeah, shout out to the Cool Table. Shout out to Shattercast Uncut, Into the Realm, Beer Boulders 40K, Plastic Fanatics, Stasis Lock, Toy Detox. I just listened to the episode. It was really good.
Is
newest
it
one.
Tyler and Mickey?
No, it's Mickey, Yule, Afote, and Garrett. They had some interesting conversations.
Check it out.
Yeah, it's good. And fresh communications, breaking the mold, and building up to it. And then shout out to the rest of the Nerd Rage team, Raul on Instagram,
Magic Manny.
Magic Manny, Marilyn Phil, and Dante the Destroyer, and Black Phillip, of course.
Where's my camel?
And also we will.
Where's my camel?
Um,
Where is my camel?
I saw this picture of a camel with Luke Skywalker's face photoshopped on it, and it said Mark Camel. And there's something else I want to say too. Also, we're going to be at Baltimore Comic Con. So if you're going to be in the area and you want to link up with us or, say what's up, maybe get something to eat or whatever, please get in touch with us and we will definitely meet you there. Adam and Dante will be there with press passes. No big deal. And I'll be there at the DMH table.
With industry pass.
Yeah.
There you go. And have a great day.
Flappy Labus.
Tight Dick Player.
Of course I'm on torrent. I'm driving a Porsche over the floorboards, over the 4 points, wearing the 4 Taurus, getting an abortion and a divorce at the same time the years affording.
Pretty good.